you're ready. We're under pressure now.
Why?
I'm only joking. We've
I
done
was
loads of these
about
now.
to say,
I know, yeah.
We've done it before. Just chill out.
I was only joking. Chill, man, chill. You're lucky there's no quiz today.
I'm glad
Oh yeah,
You're glad.
love a quiz. I'm upset now.
You know what, mate? Before, George, you used to say, "Oh, I used to hate the quizzes, me. I would be no good at them." And now you started winning them. You think you're some boy.
Hey,
You think you're some boy.
gotta believe in yourself. Believe in knowledge.
You didn't know Rikishi was before in the Hall of Fame, though, did you?
Yeah, I know. I had to Google that. 2015, by the way.
What a guy.
Huge fan.
What a guy.
Right. Switch this one over. That one
Hey,
there.
what we going live on? Is it just Twitch? Is it? Did you say? Or what is it we're going live on? YouTube.
YouTube and TikTok.
Everywhere.
YouTube
Oh,
and
there we go,
TikTok
doing
right
both,
now. Yeah. There we go. So we're live on both. Hi, welcome into Top Rope Wrestling Pod. This episode is focused around WrestleMania. Bit of a recap, rewind, whatever you want to call it. Talk about my experience. Talk about these guys watching it or watching it the day after. Got a few things that we want to touch on, like WrestleCon, WWE World, the SmackDown before, both nights, stand and deliver if anyone watched it. If not, we can go through the results anyway. And then, of course, Monday Night Raw. But there also is something I want to touch on the TNA from last night as well, which personally I find absolutely amazing that it's happened, which I did not think it would have happened so quick after the rumours came about that it was a possibility of happening. So, shall we start with WrestleCon?
Yeah, start with WrestleCon. Yeah, so I guess we'll start your experience there. You're the man that was there.
You're the man.
Yeah, you're the front lines.
WrestleCon was absolutely bizarre. Yeah, like the queue to get in wasn't too bad when I was there, but it was still going up like one of the rooms and a little bit back down of people getting in, and this was 4:30 in the afternoon.
Wow.
The queue for Paige Saraya, because she was there the day I went, which was the Thursday I think it was, and that was the only day she was there though. So, like I say, I don't see the appeal to her. So I don't. If anyone gets upset, I do apologise. But the line was absolutely mental. And I'm pretty sure if you got both off her, signature and default, it was $150, which if people are getting that every time they're going to her, which I can see a lot of people doing, because obviously it's one day she's there. It's the only day she's there, so some people will think, oh, why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, you got that FOMO thing in it. If you're a big fan.
Yeah.
One day only. Let's just get all three.
I think that's it. I think when you do it only on one night as well, it does limit to the people. So if you are a fan, you'd say, "Oh, I'll just go tomorrow, Warner." But now it's like, get in, and it also allows her to put up her prices as well because it's only the one day she's going to be there.
Yeah.
I can see you mentioned as well that apparently the queue for Mike Tyson's was insane as well.
Yeah. So one of the guys I met, he went on the day. I can't mind what day Mike Tyson was there now. I'm pretty sure it was a weekend day. So it might have been both weekend days. I don't know. So one of the guys I met, I was talking to him, and he said the line for Mike was quite crazy, but it was also moving really quick. So you weren't there necessarily ages, but the queue for it was actually crazy. So
I'm not surprised. The thing with him is, one, he's a great, icon in wrestling for what he did, but also he's a massive boxing legend. He's one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
So you have boxing fans as well as the wrestling fans there for him. So I'm not surprised that he's got a massive queue there, to be honest.
Well, Mike was one of the guys that done both WWE World and WrestleCon. So he was at both options if people were going to both, or if you only picked one. So
I wonder how much.
What? Sorry.
I Wonder how much his there to go see him was. I wonder.
Pretty sure for a photo it was $100 for a signature.
To be honest with you, I'd pay that for Mike.
Oh yeah, I understand people that have paid it for him. Page,
Yeah.
I would personally, I wouldn't do that.
Someone
like Mike Tyson, for sure I would.
Look at the difference there. Paige was what I know. She was a decent female wrestler, you know, and she's former Diva champion. But with Mike Tyson, this is the former undisputed heavyweight boxing champion, WrestleMania. You know, he's done, you know, more than that as well. You know, and the things he's been through. I know his podcast's very popular as well.
Yeah.
Over in the US as well. You know, and I'm a massive boxing fan as well. So you know, I would 100% pay that price for him. You know, definitely. Paige on the other hand, probably not.
So obviously I was there at WrestleCon before I jumped over to WWE World. I got Gangrel, Rikishi, ODB, Indy Hartwell, Brian Myers, Zilla Fatu, Leon Slater was at a different place actually. I don't know why I've put him on there. But
yeah.
Probably my personal favourite to me out of them people was probably Zilla Fatu, Umaga's son. He's been doing great. If you haven't watched him, he's been doing he's been doing crazy stuff. That's one guy I would recommend watching on YouTube. Or so he works.
So when you met him, sorry, were you able to like do like a little chat with him as well? I take it while the
I had a chat with ODB. I had a chat with Gangrel, Brian Myers. I asked how he was doing and stuff like that. Asked him how his run was going in TNA because I'm not gonna lie, I don't really watch TNA. I keep up to date with what happens. I don't really watch it all the time though.
Yeah, same here.
I used to watch it back when it was over at WA. Like back in like when Kurt Angle, like late 2000s and you know early 2010s.
But yeah, probably Zilla Fatu was my favourite person to meet. ODB,
where did you say he's out of now? Where does Zilla Fatu wrestle now? Sorry.
He's currently at Reality Wrestling, which is owned by Booker T.
Oh right. Yeah. I don't know Booker T had his own one now. Oh.
Yeah. So and then I'm pretty sure he does other places as well. He has a few other places he does.
Lovely.
But literally just asked how he was, and obviously he had his title around the waist. Well, one of his titles, I'm guessing, because there was two on his table, but he only had one of them around his waist, which was the fourth rope wrestling one. So I'm gonna guess that's another promotion that he works out as well, which was pretty cool. And then obviously they had like an entrance thing with the 360 camera, which was sat there, so you could. I don't know how much it was because I didn't go nearby, but you could stand on this like platform, and then there's a little spinning camera just goes round you. But you could do a full on entrance, so you could walk out to whoever's music you really wanted to. A couple of guys done DX, which was pretty cool. Holding titles, you could hold a title. They had loads of titles on table that you could hold while doing it. Which wasn't too far from the WrestleCon store, where they had a load of autograph photographs, what looked like someone's been painting turnbuckles, signed pop vinyls, and I did ask the price of a turnbuckle with just the WrestleCon logo on, which was $50, but it was one of the big ones like AEW uses, not the ones WWE use, so they're actually about that big. And then obviously when it's on the buckle itself, it's like folded over.
Yeah.
So it's a lot longer than what it actually looks compared to what we see on say AEW TV, or if you're watching indie shows, stuff like that. There was signed pop vinyls of Alexa Bliss, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, X-Pac. Who else? There was that many I couldn't look at them all. There was signed photos. There was signed photos of Edge, Moxley, Aleister Black, Stone Cold Steve Austin. There was loads of different turnbuckles as well, signed by different people. The main one I seen was probably Young Bucks because they, like they wear them flare things on the pants. So either side of the turnbuckle, there was two different colours doing that, which I found really cool. But I didn't.
It was cool.
I didn't ask the price or see a price on that. Same with a lot of the pop vinyls. Same with a lot of the pop vinyls. They didn't have prices on them. So I looked at the X-Pac one, and he goes, "Oh, $100 for that one." I was like, "Signed X-Pac, really?" It is pretty cool, but personally, I don't think I'd pay.
X-Pac, no. Like if it was someone
Raw after Mania was better. No. Ricky, I do agree with that. We are going to get into that later on in the episode as well. Thank you for coming in the stream, though.
Yeah, we're just discussing his experience at WrestleCon before he went to matches.
And then WWE World, again, crazy. There was like a huge tent thing, just focused on Triple H's WrestleMania gears. There was the tank from DX Invades.
When they invaded,
What invading? Yeah.
What company was that?
I'm not saying because you'll get excited, and I don't need that on.
No, because I remember you and my pal had a bet on as well, and I don't want to lose my money. So.
Oh yeah, we did. I forgot about that.
I shouldn't have mentioned anything.
It was good to see. I do have a video, so I do need to upload that. Just of walking around that part. There was all of his old gears, even his long tights from when he climbed the ladder. Was it retrieve the title?
Yeah.
There was them. Some of his old robes that he wore out as well, which was.
And he was Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Just to see it all, I was just like, oh wow, it's crazy. This guy, it's absolutely crazy. And then I seen Big E, Nikki Bella, and Tyler Breeze, Prince Pretty, opening the Tops cards. I don't know if any of you have seen them or bothered with any of them. Personally, I wouldn't bother with them because I don't mind that type of stuff. But Tops looks pretty cool. But then if you're not getting anything in, say, the box you buy, you're gonna be a bit upset.
Yeah.
The one-on-ones are awesome. They would be awesome to get. Like I've seen a video earlier on today. Someone opened a pack and then got the Hall of Fame Rey Mysterio one. And I'm just like, that is class. But again, it's a one of one.
Yeah, but the thing is, no matter look, it'll be something like it'll be nothing, you know.
That'd be my look on it as well, to be honest.
Yeah, it'll be empty.
There was a stand just to the new figures of what's coming out, what has long been released, which again, just to see the figures there, it was just a lot of it was a few of them were just the molds of like the character heads, so they're doing one of the Wyatts
like prototype things.
Yeah, prototype stuff. Yeah, one of them is just the Wyatt stuff, which personally I found really cool because I am a fan of the figures. I don't have a lot of figures, but I have long started getting some more and more every time I see them. There was like PlayStation or Xbox, I can't mind which one it was because I never went near it, of where you could play the new game.
Yeah.
I went to a thing, Culture Kings in Caesars, and someone was handing out like the redeemable cards for the game for Xbox and PlayStation.
Oh yeah.
But I don't play Xbox or PlayStation, so I didn't bother grabbing one. So.
Well, yourself, you grabbed one and give it to us.
Well,
I did the Xbox.
I didn't even think at the time. I was like, oh, I could have took that after everyone grabbed them. I was like, oh, I could have took that and give them away or something on a show.
No,
could have done.
There was a chair, like you could have done a chair shot in WWE World.
I remember seeing the video of that.
Take the shot.
No, you give one. So you held the chair and give one to like a rubber dummy. But the rubber dummy was in the shape and look of Logan Paul. Which,
that's class,
which is going to get a lot of people doing it anyway, because let's face it, a lot of people aren't Logan Paul fans.
Mm-hmm.
Got him straight in there, mate.
I'm not saying I'm a Logan Paul fan, and it was awesome to see. It was just the fact that they'd done it in the shape of Logan Paul made it funnier. And then these people were... There was quite a queue for it as well, which was bizarre. Just to hit this fake thing that looked like
It just shows you how much people
Logan
don't like
Paul.
Logan Paul. It's
Yeah.
like, might have thought it was the real him. It's what I was just getting.
Yeah. And then obviously there was the WWE store. There was a lot of Triple H stuff, which we.
You know, he's been proper glazed, hasn't he, after the
The
whole thing.
yeah, without a doubt. But the only place I went for the WWE store was to get the side plates. I had to go and get the side plates.
You had to get the side plates.
Just as a little remembrance. I don't even have a title for them to go on, but I literally just wanted them anyway, because they are nice. They are nice.
The thing is, as well, if you got, like, let's say, I don't know, Roman Reigns as one, you know, you can always get Roman Reigns as one, but you can say, look, I was at that WrestleMania, and these are the WrestleMania players.
Yeah, that's what.
And that's why I got at Mania. That makes sense.
I think that's why I got them mainly, and the box is actually amazing. Come on, folks.
I think that's really cool. Lovely. That is great.
I did try and find, you know, the special box Roman Reigns ones, where it's like the tribal design all over, but they only had the normal ones, so I was like, nah, I'm not getting them ones. I wanted the if it had the tribal front print all over them, I would have bought them instantly. But because it wasn't, I was just like, yeah, I can't be bothered with them ones then. Should we go on to the SmackDown beforehand, or do you just want to dive into night one? I don't mind.
I mean, I'm going to be honest, I kind of forgot what happened. I mean, I'm glad there's this bit here, because I can't remember.
What's this? Sorry, how someone popped in the room. What was that, sorry?
It's alright. Going on to SmackDown, have you seen it?
Oh, yeah. I've seen it, but to be honest with you, WrestleMania was so mental, I kind of forgot about most of it, to be honest.
That's what I said too.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I did go back to my hotel on this night because I fell asleep during SmackDown.
Fair enough.
You know what?
So I was sitting in the chair getting it hadn't long started, and then I was like, do you know what, I'm going to have to go, because I was falling asleep in the chair. And then after the flight, after doing that stuff that day, I was like, right, I'm just going to go rest.
Just imagine it now. Yeah. You're there, you know, SmackDown, living the dream, and then you just turn around and you see him and fast asleep there snoring.
Honestly, man, it was an amazing thing to go to, but just the fact that I was tired just took it out of me.
So to be fair, what was it, 12-hour flight? Something like that you had?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's exhausting.
Yeah, so there was a promo between Cody and Cena, which.
How many promos have those two done together now? Because they've done it they did every single event for
there was a lot of promos. There was a lot of promos for this feud, to be honest.
There was loads.
I feel like it was a few too many, to be honest. That
it was every
me being me.
It was every Raw, SmackDown. No, it was every normally with a rivalry you have maybe one or two promos together, then you maybe running on a match over the other one, something like that. But this was just for the last 3 Raws, 3 SmackDowns on the trot, they just come out and argue with each other.
Yeah.
I'm like, again.
Then we actually begin the show, we had Seth Rollins coming out to drop a promo, and it was basically his own style of the pipe bomb. Yeah. I don't know if George will agree because he's a big CM Punk fan. But personally to me, that was his own version of pipe bomb.
Yeah, I don't think it was on the same level as CM Punk's pipe bomb, because I think CM Punk was the first to do it, you know, and it was new, you know, and everyone was shocked because it was against Vince as well. But yeah, it was different. And the thing is, though, I think I kind of give you a bit of a hint of what was going to happen at WrestleMania Night 1, the main event.
Yeah.
As well. That's kind of when that kind of
yeah.
And I know
I didn't really have too much to say on it. It was good. That was
It was.
I was like, why? What do they need it for? You know.
It was a good promo. I'm not gonna argue
that. It was a good promo. Yeah.
But like Connor just said,
I didn't see the books in it.
Why did we have so many back-to-back with Cody and Cena?
Yeah.
Exactly. I understand that was an important match for over the weekend. But
yeah.
I think they just oversaturated it with promos.
I think the main thing that you take out from it at the end was Cody basically saying to Cena that you can't wrestle.
Yeah.
And then you get a crossroads, you just lay there. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. You lay there for
that was kind of it.
One more Super Cena. Well, the thing is, like last week, I think, the Raw, what us three reacted to live when they came out and they had the promo there, that was a really good promo, like they were cutting deep. It was really good. I'm like, well, there's another one there, like a couple of days later. I'm like, what do you need another one for?
Yeah.
No. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because they don't want Cody to wrestle a match and him run in on it, or him to attack him, or I don't know. It was just like when you see Cena come out, you're like, oh, Cody's going to come out in a bit. Or if Cody comes out, you think, oh, Cena's going to come out in a few minutes, isn't he? And they're going to just talk about it. And then it's kind of exhausting.
I do want to. So did we see the vignette that got played?
For what?
I'm pretty sure this was on the SmackDown.
I'm pretty certain it was too.
So
because they kept cutting. So I don't know if you noticed with like the whole promo thing when he did the thing, like the package. It was cut to I can't fucking say her name.
Selena
Vega after. It was just really cool.
Thank you for that donut. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. That's crazy that we've just received a donut on TikTok.
Shout out to the donuts.
Out to the donuts. There we go. I love the donuts, me. So I need some of the donuts, to be honest with you. I'm too much weight.
Thank you for the 4 roses as well. So, do we all believe that it's Aleister Black coming back then?
Has to be.
You would expect so, yeah.
Considering if you search it online, as the vignette's playing, Selena Vega's on sat basically on top of the just chilling out on top of the rope.
I think that happened for a couple of weeks.
And she's looking at the Titantron, smiling her head off.
Yeah.
So that's a small giveaway.
Yeah.
I would say
a little bit.
Obviously,
like I stayed there, but
Aleister Black is
on Monday. Yeah, and on Monday we did. Obviously, I know we're going to talk about it later on. But we had Rusev return as well, and I thought, is it was something to do with that? But we'll get onto that. But like I say, that made me think.
Yeah, we've got a few things just before that one.
No, sorry, just because you talk about Aleister Black maybe returning. Of course, like I thought that was maybe for Rusev, but then got him return separately. On that,
Andre the Giant Battle Memorial. I can't even see it.
Memorial Battle Royal.
That's the one.
Battle Royale, yeah.
Thank you, lads.
To be honest with you, I've lost interest in that, in the Battle Royale for that. It used to be the opening show for WrestleMania.
Do you still know the result?
Sorry, it was Camilo Hayes, wasn't it?
Yeah. Just I wasn't sure if you still knew it or not. That's all. So thoughts on that one?
Yeah, you written it down.
What's it?
Well, I think Andre the Giant Battle Royale, I think it's kind of lost a lot of its weight because I know the first winner was Cesaro, was it, or was it Big Show?
Yeah, I believe it was. It might have been Cesaro or Big Show. Or was it?
Yeah.
Pretty sure the first one was
Big Show.
Cesaro,
yeah. Thing is though, it's like it used to be the opener for WrestleMania, and now it's just bumped to SmackDown. You know.
Yeah.
Lost a lot of its thing, and the thing is, you win the Memorial Battle Royale, and then you don't get anything afterwards. Like there's nothing really. Doesn't change anything. Like if you won King of the Ring, for example, you used to get, you're the King of the Ring, you get King Booker for the year, or something like that, or King Barrett. But with the Battle Royale, you win it, and you don't really. Wait, you've won it. Next night, no one really particularly doesn't do anything, does it really?
Yeah. So the first one was Cesaro.
Did he eliminate Big Show?
Yes.
I feel like that was the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was about to tell you.
Yeah, that's what I was just. Rejog the mem.
The fact it's gone from WrestleMania to just a SmackDown before.
Yeah.
And I just feel like there's no.
Yeah, it bothers me a little bit that they've took it from being, even if they just reduced it to the kickoff show.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Like I say though, it's like you win it, and what do you get from it? You win the trophy, but there's nothing afterwards. There's no substance.
No, they aren't giving you anything more.
No.
Being like, oh well, you've won that. This is what you're gonna get next.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which is an absolute shame because, I do like the idea of it and keeping Andre the Giant's crap stuff like in everyone's face.
His legacy's still there and what he's done.
Yeah, but then to
All that
reduce it
stuff,
from
yeah.
the kick off, starting the show to kick off.
Yeah.
Now we're on SmackDown, where they're going to throw it to next NXT.
Yeah,
Possibly,
and I think
yeah.
it's like, well, where's the, like I say, you don't win anything after it, you just get the trophy. And I don't even think that people mention it normally. They just say, oh, just normal wrestler, don't mention that, oh, he's won it this year or anything like that. I think if they give you like a shot at a title maybe, or something like that, or like I say,
Yeah,
go,
like
Yeah,
down the road, like yeah.
That would be cool if they give you a shot at a title.
Well, that's it. I think, like I said, that'll give a bit more substance and a bit more reason to win it. And to be honest with you, you don't really see many battle royales these days, except from that one.
So if you were to pick, which title would you put it for?
Well, it's probably had to be mid-card, wouldn't it?
I'd probably say Intercontinental, maybe United States.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
Wait,
I don't know.
Since Andre the Giant was actually French, I think maybe Intercontinental.
Yeah, because I feel like that would be a good title for people to go through it against. Like,
well, everyone knows
as
that
a
the
reward.
Intercontinental Championship. Yeah, and everyone knows the Intercontinental title was people call it the Workhorse Championship. You know, that's like the big one before. You get to that.
You go into the main event scene.
Yeah, and a lot of them.
Yeah.
To be fair, a lot of times the Intercontinental champions held it down more than the heavyweight. Like back in the day, Randy Savage held that down, and did great matches compared to the main event star at the time. Smith, Hogan, it's like you say, he did way better. We had some great Intercontinental champions, a lot of history. You had Chris Jericho, like I said, Braun Breaker, and God knows how many more. The Miz for a long time.
Yep.
Well, I think that's everything from SmackDown, unless I've missed something off that you guys can remember.
No.
Nope, not really.
Should we start with the WrestleMania now? The main.
Oh, are we not doing Stand and Deliver? Do you want to ignore that out?
I never watched it myself. That's all.
Well, I think if you do with it, it should be the USA title. Is what Ricky says.
Fair enough. Yeah, or not.
I understand going for that title as well, Ricky. I think either of the mid-card titles, to be honest, would be a good choice. Instead of just giving them the trophy, saying, oh yeah, you've won this, and then now you're going back to not doing a lot.
Yeah, it's like King of the Ring.
Show.
You get a full King of the Ring. You get a full gimmick. You had like your King Barrett, and then King Booker was probably the most successful out of it, because he won the world title again. I think when he was King Booker.
Yeah.
You get that. And King of the Ring. Which I haven't seen King of the Ring in a while.
Well, the last winner was Gunther, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Gunther was our last King of the Ring. And then Queen of the Ring was it Nia Jax?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you're right there. Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Yeah,
like
I say, started off 316. Yeah, started off 316. You get a gimmick with it. You get a full thing. But with this, it's just there's your things. And now it's on SmackDown on the side.
Well, I'll tell you what. Seeing none of us watched Stand and Deliver, we'll come back to that at the end. Before we do the TNA, what I want to talk about on TNA. So WrestleMania Night 1.
Yep.
Overall, what were our thoughts? Overall,
I enjoyed it. To be honest with you, I really enjoyed the. Like say, even like Jey Uso finally, winning. That was great. To be honest with you, seeing him win that. I really enjoyed. To be honest with you, the full show. Really, like I said, there wasn't really that many matches that I thought was really, in that sense. I think I enjoyed it overall, really, and I'm very happy that Jay has finally won it. Especially after the Raw me and you watched live the other week, where he beat up Jimmy in front of him.
Oh, for him to go from obviously lost 3 in a row, and then obviously Gunther's gone a bit crazy on Big Jimmy Uso.
Yeah, that was.
I mean, it was that slap, wasn't it?
That was an amazing.
Yeah,
that was an amazing segment.
That slap was delivered perfectly.
I can still hear it.
Yeah, I think half the world can still hear that slap, even though it was that long ago.
Yeah.
But for him to push Uso to get to the point where he's like, right, you're getting something that main event Uso should have been all the way through, not getting this beat 3 times in a row. It's finally glad to see it pay off.
Yeah. How do you think about it being the opening though? It was the opener, wasn't it? Do you felt it should have been the main event?
It was the opening match for night 1. And honestly, I don't disagree with it because unfortunately he wasn't the main event. So if you're not the main event, where you want to be is number 1.
Yep.
Yeah. But the thing is though, for me, it's like he was the winner of the Royal Rumble. He won the Royal Rumble. I think you should be main event if you win the Royal Rumble, in my opinion.
So I get that. I understand that. But when you can't really have Punk, Roman, and Seth with what happened to begin with, can you really? Be honest.
That
makes sense. So if you swapped it,
I do agree with George. I couldn't have had
I get that
at the beginning.
Oh, you couldn't have had that. It would be way
or
too
then
much, but...
you can't win either way. Even if it was night 2, you couldn't really have that before Cody Cena.
Yeah, but he could have been like the second to last one, because if you remember years ago, Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker was the second.
That's that's a good point. Yeah, possibly. But then I suppose.
Actually, yeah. It would have been to lead up to it though, as well, wouldn't it? If it was a triple threat.
Yeah.
And then him after would have been quite hard for them to live up to that. And obviously you want that moment with Punk being the main event as well, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
But yeah, I thought the match was really good. I think the only match I really didn't like was the tag team title match.
I'm so glad
that could literally just.
I'm so glad
it could have just been on Raw.
I want to talk about this.
It could have just been on Raw, by the way. Just saying, it could have just been on Raw. I'm just saying.
Well, honestly, we actually, when we watched Raw live, on the stream, that's when they actually got the title shot. They just came out, then they wrestled them. I can't remember who it was. It was them. They were turning, the British English.
New Catch Republic. Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate.
Yeah, that was the one. Yeah.
I can't think of the name there. Yeah, they just returned. They beat him, and for some reason they just got banged. The same thing with Elimination Chamber. They just got rushed. These tag team title matches just whacked them in. I don't see. Yeah, I didn't like it at all.
What's annoyed me, right, is we have that match on the WrestleMania card, yet a tag team match, which is a TLC match now, we're just putting that on the normal Friday Night SmackDown, which is tonight.
Yeah, a bit weird.
With this one, like I said, the tag team title match with the New Day, that was rushed. Like I said, it was only like the Monday Night Raw before. You know, they came out and they just said, okay, yeah, you can have that.
What did everyone think of the finish of the Jay versus Gunther match, by the way?
Just before you answer that, Ricky said something else. I think some people that won belts was too soon. Who do you mean by that, Ricky? They should have definitely had the tag match tonight on WrestleMania. Yeah, they should have, Harvey. That's what I'm like trying to get at. Is we've got a TLC tag team match which is on tonight's SmackDown. Should have definitely been on the WrestleMania card.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. I think there should have been more of a build-up for the tag as well. There was no build-up for the WrestleMania one. It was just it came out.
No, it just seemed dumped together, and we'll do that on the Mania card.
Yeah, they just went, we just have a title shot, and bang, they give him it.
The tag team match that was on the Mania card, though, I thought we were possibly getting some sort of return. Maybe Big E comes out, distraction, causes the New Day to get the title loss. Or doesn't win the title match, sorry. Harvey again, I think Cody will announce he's having a break tonight. I do agree with that, actually, Harvey. I think him and a couple of others deserve a break because of what they've done in the past year or so. It's been amazing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I think as well with that, it kind of shows you the fact that Randy's came out and attacked Cena. It shows you that they're going into that direction.
Don't forget, next pay-per-view now is in St. Louis, Missouri. Who is from St. Louis? Randy Orton.
Exactly.
So,
like I said, that shows you that they may be going in that direction, and it might. Like I said, Cody as well. Before he came back to WWE, he was at AEW. He was in the Indies for a long time. Oh, yeah.
So Ricky said Jacob Fatu, I don't think he deserved it yet. I know, I'm and the fact they gave Becky another title match on Mania.
Yeah.
And forgot about the New Day. Jacob Fatu, I can agree and disagree with that because what he's been doing is absolutely amazing. But I also think it is far too early in his WWE career to putting the US Championship on his shoulder. I do agree with that. Becky coming back. It is great that she came back, but personally, I would have liked to see maybe someone from NXT or something like that.
Heel now as well, so she's kind of come back, won the belt, lost it again.
Yeah, well,
trying to go heel.
That's something we need to talk about that happened on the Raw as well.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of rushed in it.
But Ricky, the New Day definitely shouldn't have got them titles. It was a ridiculous play out by WWE's behalf.
I honestly do feel like the tag team division has been, not been appreciated much. Like same for the Elimination Chamber. Like I felt like we were predicting the matches. Next thing you know, they're like, oh, bringing a tag team title match there. There's not been much of a build up. I feel like for these tag team title matches, they just whack them in last minute. I feel like they just become quite a second fiddle to
Ricky again. Yeah, I won't disrespect him for his work rate, but they could have made a good story out of LA Knight and Jacob Fatu. I feel like that story was getting stale very quick though, because I feel like we had LA Knight versus the updated Bloodline week after week after week after week after week, and when you've only got three of the new Bloodline there, because obviously Tongalo is out with an injury.
Yeah.
It does get boring. It does get boring watching him versus the same two guys. Then the third attack.
Yeah.
Multiple weeks in a row. Personally, I don't know how you feel about it, but
yeah. The question is, though,
it was getting stale very quick already. Sorry, Connor.
Well, if you didn't want Jacob Fatu, no, that's alright. If you didn't want Jacob Fatu to go against him at WrestleMania for the US title, who else would you have put in instead? In his place.
Yeah.
Then you can't exactly let Fatu lose that, in my eyes. But that's just my opinion.
Kind of build him up, aren't they?
And he does deserve it. So it's one of them, I guess.
I think with the Bloodline and all that type of stuff, they need to start giving them more just singles matches and not having people winning all the time, because it's hard for them to show that he's this amazing wrestler, when he's getting helped all the time.
Yeah,
that's a heel thing to do, but they're trying to make him out as like a beast,
So obviously it got announced that Rey Mysterio wasn't cleared for his match with. Let me see who it was with. I can't remember now.
I can't remember who it was actually. It was a shame though.
No, El Grande Americano. Yeah, that's who it was.
Yeah.
Do we really think Rey Mysterio's injured? Before we say who took over?
Possibly.
I don't know, to be honest.
Did he not get injured on the SmackDown? Was that a thing?
Well, this is the thing. So apparently he tweaked his knee.
Right.
Oh wait, just go back a second. Ricky said he could have broke away from Bloodline, though, as him and Solo could fell out and he could have been on his own. I feel like we're going to
that's going to happen at some point, like you said. Yeah, I agree.
I do agree with that, them breaking up and us getting a Jacob on his own. But I can see that happening.
Between Jacob and Solo, I find Jacob is more of a threat, than Solo. Because to be fair, Solo, I don't rate him that much, to be honest.
Solo, I don't mind him. But
yeah,
to go against someone like Jacob, you must be asking for a nightmare.
Yeah.
Ricky said no to Rey Mysterio being officially injured. I agree with Ricky, to be honest. I don't think he actually was. Yeah. I think it was all because for the announcement they'd done after the match. So it was Rey Fenix that went in instead of Rey Mysterio, which Rey Fenix, if you haven't watched him before he came to WWE, please do so. That guy is one phenomenal wrestler.
I do think if he was actually injured, I think they would have made a lot more bigger deal out of it. I think there would have been a lot more
for sure.
Straight away.
I
It would have
think
been like
Or do you reckon they've gone down the route of, well, let's put Ray on the card. Ray's quite popular. Everyone knows Rey Mysterio. I don't know.
I think Ray stepped away to give the other more showtime, as he will retire soon. Well, Ricky, I do agree with that as well. I think Rey Mysterio will retire sooner. He'll be getting on now.
50 odd?
I was going to say he won't be far of 50 if he's not 50 already, I would have thought. So obviously, Rey Fenix went in place for Rey Mysterio, but then, personally, it wasn't the greatest match.
I wasn't, no.
I would have had Rey Fenix win, but I do.
I mean, I thought it was okay.
I am a massive fan of Rey
agree.
Fenix.
I think. Yeah.
But I think the important thing was was it straight after this match they announced it, or was it before the match? I can't remember. And I think this is why they put Rey Fenix in instead of Rey Mysterio. Is WWE announced that they bought Triple A, which is the luchador Mexican company.
Well, they did have a little problem because their champion is sorry for interrupting you there, mate.
No, you're alright.
Their champion is former WWE champion Alberto Del Rio, and of course I think they're looking to release him. Apparently,
I think he is not already released now.
You say this? I was waiting at the airport and I read that he got released.
Yeah, I thought he would have done.
Yeah, I thought he had. Yeah.
Because wasn't he not suspended beforehand anyway?
I think he was. Yeah, I think he was. Yeah. Ricky, I would have had Rey win as well. To be fair, I'm really not liking this Americano storyline. It's stuff we've seen before, Ricky. That's the issue. We've watched Hogan. Hogan's done a gimmick like this.
Yeah, Mr. America.
Yeah, we've seen.
Are you Hulk Hogan? No.
We've seen this American gimmick multiple times, and it does get boring ridiculously quicker than what it has done the time before, because we've seen it multiple times now. So I don't know why we're going back to the well again for the exact same stuff. Just come up with something different.
Yeah.
You're working with TNA. Working with TNA, you've just announced that you've got AAA, you've got NXT, you've got Evolve, you've got what's the other ones they're doing at the moment? Legends and Future Greats. You've got all this.
Yeah.
You could build something off all that really. But
100%, without question.
Why not just go back to the well on something we've done multiple times before? Easiest thing to do, an American luchador gimmick.
Honestly, it lacks imagination. I think really does.
So
lacks imagination.
Seeing Ricky touched on it, we'll might as well talk about it. Jacob Fatu becomes the United States champ. Obviously, we haven't done a proper full-on touch on it just yet, so we might as well do that now. Unless you guys want to talk about something else.
I enjoyed the match. Like I say, it wasn't like the greatest, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was okay, you know.
I don't know if any of you guys know, Jacob wore a mask out to the ring. The guy that created that mask was the guy that done the Fiend's mask as well.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
So the guy that obviously created Fiend masks and helped him bring up that character. Thank you for that follow, Ricky. I do appreciate it on TikTok. He helped. He created the mask that Jacob walked out with on, which was a wolf mask. But from where I was sat, I could barely see it at the time. It's only until I've gone on social media afterwards that I've been like, oh damn, that's awesome that they've done a mask and he's walked out with the mask on. Personally, I found it really brilliant that they've done stuff like that. And obviously, the big time to do it is WrestleMania season, when you grandest stage them all. So why wouldn't you put on your best outfit or your best attire or anything like that to show that you're not wearing the same gear week in, week out, and people
it's
gonna
supposed to be a spectacle, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think the thing is as well is that I know that before we had LA Knight as the United States Championship, but the thing is I felt like I've not been excited about the United States Championship in a while. I don't know, there's not been many matches with it I've been like buzzing about, and you know, I'm hopefully Jacob can maybe make it. I don't know, just bring it back to how it used to be. You know, really more of a main event, like a secondary belt, really. But I feel like it's kind of, you know, I wasn't really excited about the LA Knight matches really when he was defending it. In my opinion, I don't know how you feel about that.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not the biggest fan of LA Knight at the moment because I feel like his stuff's just got very boring very quick.
Yeah, yeah, high and then it's gone down, hasn't it, I think.
He still gets that buzz when he comes out to the ring, which is
he gets that buzz. That's
probably
why he probably or not is now, but was US champ for. You know.
So
took it off Shinsuke again. So.
That's the thing. How long was he champion? How many days? I can't say. I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
No.
LA Knight.
I mean, to be fair, the match after was pretty good. That was probably my match of the night, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, but for me, sorry about that. I haven't been excited. Like, well, we had Logan Paul.
Just over a month, Ricky said, for the title reign for.
We had LA Knight. We had bloody Logan Paul as the United States champion. He's lost a lot of credibility, I think, at the moment. It's started to go down a bit. I remember I think it was like 5-10 years ago when Cena was doing that. You know, when he did the Open Challenge every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. That was hot.
I know that'll probably get boring, but like, you've got all these different places now that we're working with WWE, where you could make something like that really interesting, because you could have guys showing up from NXT, guys showing up from TNA. Now, obviously, after the announcement, you can have guys showing up from AAA, guys showing up from Evolve, Legends and Future Greats. Even if it's just a little opportunity, just even a 5-minute match, it doesn't have to be great, because obviously the Evolve and Legends and Future Greats are fairly new into WWE and stuff like that, or wrestling itself. So just a little match just to give them a pop or give them a crowd that size to go off of would.
Well, I swear that was
do something for their career. I would feel like. Go on, sorry, bro.
Yeah. It wasn't actually Sami Zayn's debut into the main WWE.
And then got injured.
No, he came back from NXT up to main event to go against Cena for an open challenge for the United States Championship.
I know Kevin Owens done that. Wasn't sure that it was Sami Zayn.
Well, yeah, Sami did as well. Yeah, he did. It was his hometown.
Sami did the open challenge as well.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Wow. It was popping. Yeah. Honestly,
it was in Montreal, no?
Yeah, it was in his hometown. Yeah, honestly, it was a good match.
And then he got overhyped. And then hurt his whatever arm.
Yeah.
On the way to the ring.
Or
something like that.
He did it for a few weeks. He had Cesaro come out, face him. He had Sami Zayn. He had Kevin Owens. And he had a couple of those as well.
Ricky, we will get into that next, mate. We're just going to finish off on night 1, then we will start talking about night 2.
Oh,
and then I will say that comment first. So what we got left on night 1? We got 3 matches left. We got Jade Cargill beat Naomi.
I wasn't too fussed about that, to be honest with you.
That should have been the win, to be fair, in my eyes, personally.
Yeah.
George, any thoughts on that one?
Yeah, it just made sense for Jade to win, right?
Yeah. Expected, yeah. It was, Ricky. A very expected. If they didn't let Jade win, I don't know what they would have done with the storyline.
Although, I think you might, I don't know if you agree or not, but the Naomi heel turn and the promo she's done was very, very good. I just thought that, I thought it was pretty good.
I'd like
was
to
it
see
on SmackDown?
I think it was, yeah.
Or whenever it was, it could have been. It was really good. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I think it was on SmackDown, to be honest.
She's Naomi's a good wrestler. Like I considered when she came from the, what was it, Funkadactyls or whatever it was called.
Yeah, Funkadactyls. Yeah, with
with Cameron and fucking.
Yeah,
that's the one.
Yeah, the Funkasaurus Rex. God, what was WWE on back then?
So we'll talk about the women's title match before we get into the.
I mean, that was probably I understand the triple threat main event was good, but I thought this was pretty decent as well. Like it was. Just my opinion again. I thought it was really good, the match.
Well, I felt with this as well, the fact that Charlotte just returned straight away. And now she's coming back. She got the title shot straight away. Handed to her. I don't think she deserved to win it, so I'm very happy that she didn't.
I was over the moon that Tiffany beat Charlotte.
Tiffany's entrance was cool. I just thought overall it was a really, really good match, personally.
I'm not a massive fan of Tiffany, but I'm even less of a
fan
of Charlotte.
Neither am I. Yeah. They both don't really do much for me, but that's probably the correct way to go. Makes sense, right?
Well, I handed that title shot to Charlotte on a plate. Like, they announced her coming back. She returned to the Rumble, won the Rumble. Even though she didn't need to win the Rumble, to be fair. Like,
and then they did that whole shoot thing.
Oh, that was great, that, when she was like, oh, what did she say to her?
Yeah, great.
I'm glad Charlotte lost.
You don't need to.
That's what Ricky's just said. I think
a
lot of people were in the arena as well, because obviously it was mainly everyone shouting Tiffy time, which was absolutely crazy. But again, I'm not a big fan of her, but it was really good to see that she beat Charlotte.
Yeah. What was that? Was it SmackDown the promo she did on her? Did she actually like look? I think she almost broke character. I think
could have been that.
She said about the 3 divorces and that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell Charlotte was like, "Why is Kaiser in my DMs?"
And then we're all like, "Hang on a minute." I doubt it.
Yeah.
Have you seen who he's with?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Ain't no chance. Ain't no chances in her DMs. Like, the argument. Yeah, Ricky, man. It was a brilliant argument. It was just, he ain't no chance.
Honestly,
ain't no chance Ludwig's in her DMs over Tiffany's.
No chance. What are you on about?
Yeah,
it's the biggest lie I've ever heard in my life.
Exactly. Like, honestly, I do think she was generally fuming about that, because like the way she just said that straight after, I thought, oh, she's actually generally.
So, last match of night 1, the triple threat.
The triple threat.
And the first person we need to go to on this is George. Because the first thing we need to talk about is Punk's entrance.
Punk's entrance.
Yep. So,
well then.
Go on, George. You take it away for the time being, mate.
Obviously, we had that 4-minute promo package, wasn't it? 4 minute, 3 minute. How long it was? It could last forever. It could last. I wish it did. It's still going in my head, right?
Worth every minute.
And then we have. Oh, it's just because it. Oh, don't because when it WrestleMania 20. What was the attire? 29. He wore the same attire, no?
I think
against
so, yeah.
Taker.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
That was
don't. It's just like, and the whole entrance, and we had this fire burns, and it was just, I think I saw something as well, that he was generally emotional backstage, which I understand, because so was I.
Yeah, I was
Everyone in the arena.
I was emotional sitting in my seat.
Just the whole thing.
And I'm not
it was
a punk
just perfect.
Guy. I'm not a punk guy.
Everything was just perfect. I get it.
People don't know. People were actually singing this fire burns during the promo at the stadium.
I wish I got a good video of everyone singing "This Fire Burns."
Yeah.
I've even got it on at the moment.
I could show you, or even show the streams, because honestly, it was absolutely crazy. Soon as the first note hit of "This Fire Burns," everyone was like, "Holy shit, it's that song!" And then everyone broke out and got it. I was just like, "Oh my days, let's go!"
I don't know why that theme song hits me harder than is Cult of Personality one. I don't know why it just hits me harder.
The only one I like more than "This Fire Burns" is his Ring of Honor song. And his Ring of Honor song, I don't know why, but that is a phenomenal entrance song. And
I need to check that. I can't remember what it was, to be honest with you. It's been a long time.
I'll send you it. I'll send you it after we've done this.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, cheers. Yeah.
I think Punk has one more Mania and gets the Mania event and wins. Who do you think that would be against then, Ricky? If you could pick anyone. Just while we're on the subject of.
That's it.
I remember. I think because I listen to wrestling pretty much every day. I think Bubba said. That was it Bubba? It might have even been Triple H, one of the two. I don't know. I can't remember who said it now. But about Punk's first Mania main event, you wait that long, it was worth it.
Oh yeah,
that makes sense.
Oh yeah, without.
I know it would never happen.
Insane.
But I would love it if like main event WrestleMania next year, Punk versus The Rock, because after The Rock done him over, like when he was like world champion, I took over his main event. The thing about The Rock, right? He took his main event because he wrestled Cena, didn't he? The main event of that WrestleMania, and the following year he took the belt off him at Royal Rumble main event the next year. So he ruined it twice. That was like a revenge story.
Be a good Mania.
I'd say that. Yeah.
Whoever has the world title or heavyweight title.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
You know what though? Even if it wasn't for the world title, you know what? Even if like Punk versus The Rock as main event, like what Cena and The Rock did years ago.
Can we just talk about Living Colour help him bring Punk out as well?
That was great.
It was phenomenal.
I wish it was Firebird.
Fantastic.
I really do wish it was like that.
So good.
Don't forget he's been using Cult of Personality for quite a bit now. I think it's actually going to be longer than what he used his Fire Burns for, to be honest.
Yeah.
I know, but that song always just reminds me of when he won the title. You know, that.
Money in the Bank. I'm not saying that song shouldn't come back, and when it for what it did for fans, and obviously it was at the past Mania. Watch the fans go crazy singing it again, but then for it to change into Cult of Personality and Living Colour singing it live, I was like, oh my days, this is such an amazing entrance.
Yeah, but it's like, imagine like if Randy Orton did that with what was his first song, Burning Light or something.
Yeah.
What a bang that is as well.
Yeah, I know.
And then
I think that was actually originally someone else's theme song. I don't know off topic, but it was actually someone else used it before him.
Yeah, it probably was. Rollins' gear, Rollins' ring gear, phenomenal.
We love it. Yeah.
It was such nice gear. Roman's as well. Yeah. Black and white. I know it's such.
But you were buzzing.
I know it's such simple colours to go together, but his glove, his boots. Oh, sorry.
But you were buzzing. You were glazing him.
Yeah, man.
You were there straight away.
I was as soon as that first note hit, arm was up, acknowledging my tribal chief. Done it since day one, so I'm not gonna not acknowledge him.
Exactly.
Done it since.
Would that be the first time you've seen him live?
No.
I know.
I have seen Roman before, but I think last time it was the big dog.
Yeah, that's last time I saw him actually.
So
same here.
People think that was an underrated thing for Roman, but personally, I think everything that Roman's done to get where he is now, all happened for the exact reason to get where he is.
Well, exactly. Well, honestly, it was hard for him because when he was the big dog, he still basically had the Shield theme.
Yeah.
And no one liked him. But the thing is, though, no one liked him for the wrong reasons as well. You know, everyone just, they pushed him as a face. Everyone hated him. I remember when Triple H beat him at the Royal Rumble. You know, when he took the title off him, I was buzzing. I hated him that much.
Yeah, one versus all Rumble.
Yeah.
Right.
I am.
Night 2.
Yeah, night 2. Let's get to the good stuff. You right there,
night
John?
2. My camera just decides to turn off randomly.
Let's just go back to what Ricky said a little while ago, because he did start to talk about the tag team match. So what he said was, don't have to change topic, but this is he thought Roxanne Perez should have been Lyra Valkyrie's tag team partner. Now,
that's a shout like you.
Not gonna lie, that's who I was expecting it to be.
Yeah.
But then I think it was half an hour before I set off from the hotel to the walk to the Allegiant Stadium, I seen a report from PW Insider saying that Becky Lynch was going to be a tag team partner.
Mm.
So I went downstairs to meet the people that we were walking over with, mentioned it to a couple of the guys that were there, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we've seen the exact same thing, so we think it's also going to be Becky Lynch that's going to come out, be a tag team partner." Which personally,
what was the crowd reaction when you were there?
The pop was great. The pop was great for Becky Lynch, but I wouldn't have had it be her. to be honest.
You know, I feel like it's like with Charlotte. You know, they just pop up and then they just get this, you know, straight.
We haven't seen her in how long? She's been busy focusing on what, selling books or something. I can't even remember what she's been away doing.
That's not what she was doing.
Being a mother.
But didn't she do a book before she went away?
Yeah, as well as yeah, true.
So for me, that's all I've got to say on the matter. I wouldn't have had to come back. It should have been Roxanne Perez. That's it.
Yeah, I think it was a weird way to return her as well. Like, I know it's WrestleMania, but like as a part of a tag team as well. I don't really, you know, see her as a tag team person that much really compared to, you know, her being, you know, singles compared to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think they just did it because there was a slot there. It was WrestleMania. Bang her in. I remember what it was like a couple of years ago when the Hardy Boys returned at WrestleMania. See, that's how you do a return to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
You know, that was...
Oh, for sure. WrestleMania.
That was great.
What WrestleMania was that?
It was 32. It was.
I can remember it was in Orlando.
So if it was either 32 or... Oh, actually, it might be 33, something like that.
Oh, is
I remember because the New Day came out, then you thought, oh, is it going to be them to join the match?
Yeah.
Then the theme hit, and they backed up, and I was like, oh.
Ricky again, sorry. I also think Becky will become the first Heyman woman, and Rollins and Becky will become a power couple.
Well, they already considered our power couple, I think, a lot of the time. Were like for quite a while.
We've got a comment on the YouTube side as well. Loving the pod, guys. Keep up the great work. Dev, thank you, bro. I do appreciate it. But yeah,
we appreciate that.
I do see Becky Lynch becoming the first ever Heyman woman, to be honest.
Heyman's some boy. You know what? I think Heyman's just great. Every touch turns to gold.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's part of the classes. You see the thing I put in the other day. What he put in? The bro. Yeah. He's on a madness. Yeah.
Should we talk about another?
Yeah.
What I thought was quite a boring match and should have been a different result. AJ Styles, Logan Paul.
Oh, don't get me started with that. Nah, you know what? That's a write off that. As well, that AJ Styles' best match at WrestleMania is against bloody Shane McMahon. You know, because
it just upsets me that we're using someone like AJ Styles to put against Logan Paul at WrestleMania.
AJ Styles has been in the game from what, late 90s, early 2000s. I actually remember seeing him on Monday Nitro. That's how long he's been about. You know, on Tuesday night. Yeah. Oh God, there you go. That's £5 I'm not getting back, isn't it? But yeah, he's been around for ages. You know, he was a legend in TNA. You know, he's been great for WWE, and then just give him to Logan Paul to beat. You know, it's also they got beat by Logan Paul. It's a joke. I generally do think it is. It's
I thought the match was okay. I mean, with Karrion coming out, I want to see more of Karrion Kross, to be honest. But yeah, I thought it was pretty decent.
I'd love to see more Karrion Kross as well, to be honest.
Did anyone see the shoot promo?
Is this the one that's all over social media right now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming everyone's seen it then.
Yeah, I've watched it a few times, and he guys, he guys.
Was that when he got popped up at Goldberg?
He guys off on an absolute mad one.
Yeah.
Which I understand. I understand from his point of view, but then calm yourself down, bro. Because if you say anything more, you're gonna end up getting sacked.
Yeah. No, I know.
It made me laugh though when he said, "Oh, he went, oh, the best advice I've ever got was from Bill Goldberg." I went, "Oh God, this is not going to go well for you there."
What did he say? Just be a good soldier. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he done this to the Goldberg man.
So Ricky said that he likes Logan in WWE. He's very good at it. I wasn't too bothered by that. He wasn't too bothered by the result.
Really?
I thought his finish was pretty cool. Gonna be honest, but
yeah, I thought the finish was good. I just feel like, you know, I don't know. It's just like with AJ Styles, the way he's been with the business, you know, all the stuff he's done. I just feel like he deserves better than just getting beat by Logan Paul at WrestleMania. Because if I'm not mistaken, AJ Styles' debut WrestleMania match was against Chris Jericho, and he got beat by him as well. Which I know Chris Jericho's way different from Logan Paul, but yeah, he's been very neglected, I think, and he's still a great wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he should get treated well.
Yeah, I think he's pure entertainment. Like, he plays heel so good. I do agree with that. Logan does play heel very well. But
yeah, but I think Logan was hated before anyway. He was hated before he came to WWE by a lot of people. But he came to WWE, people just didn't like him anymore. It's like the Jacob Robson. People don't like him with that. It's a similar type of dynamic, really. But yeah, does that mean that he deserves a shot? Like, I would have. There's way more wrestlers that I think could have beat AJ Styles at WrestleMania who deserved it a lot more than Logan Paul.
And AJ does, but he's also old there, trying to build a new gen. AJ Styles is only 47, which he said he wants to.
Getting on, like.
He wants to retire by the time he's 50, so why wouldn't you just let that guy have the best out of his last few years of a fully active wrestler?
Fair enough, he says that, but you want him to, build someone that was going to be there like in the long term. Because I don't see Logan Paul being full time or being there all the time. That type of thing. I'd rather build up a talent that's, wanted to be a wrestler since they were a kid, who's always done wrestling. There's a lot of people that deserve it.
There's quite a few people that should have been there instead of Logan. I'm not saying Logan shouldn't have been on the Mania card.
Yeah. Well, people have sacrificed their lives. People have been spent their day in, day out, years and years on end, wanting to become a wrestler, and then he's getting that opportunity against AJ Styles compared to some other people. I think they deserve it.
But the big thing at the moment is the draw they get, isn't it? And let's face it,
you can tell now.
No matter who you put Logan against or what you have Logan saying, Logan's gonna draw.
Yeah.
Logan is gonna draw no matter what you got him doing. I see Logan being one of the faces of WWE if Dana takes over as well.
Who takes over? Sorry.
Dana White. I'm guessing that's who they're on about.
Dana White. Oh, UFC. I watch a lot of UFC. Dana, I don't think Dana should take it over, in my opinion. Like, I love what Dana White's done for UFC, but for wrestling, he doesn't know the business. With that sense.
Yeah, I don't think he should be having a UFC guy taking over right now.
No, but he doesn't know how to get money in because he's just going to put big names in. Like you've noticed with, that's why a lot of these streamers are going on, like Speed, God knows how many people are going on. But I think it's had a diminishing it. I think a bit. They've always had celebrities. Don't get me wrong. There's been a couple of celebrities that popped in WWE, but I think having all these streamers in that, it's diminishing it a little bit. You want, imagine if you spent all your life doing wrestling, training, going to all of the indies, and then he's like, oh, you know what, mate, you're not wrestling tonight. It's going to be Logan Paul instead.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mad one.
Yeah. Well, should we move on to the big Braun versus Dom versus Pereira versus Finn?
Yeah, the fatal four-way for the Intercontinental Championship.
Class,
very brilliant match.
That was brilliant.
It was fantastic.
The finish was class. I did.
It was quite funny because I remember seeing, when Dom tries to 619
Finn,
and then it was the whole thing. Yeah, it was the whole thing within him and Finn.
Yeah.
And then, obviously Finn, and obviously clotheslines him and just starts kicking him. Everyone's like, "Whoa!" It's like, well, we are in a match, guys.
Yeah.
I know it's supposed to be Judgment Day for partners, right? I get it, right? But there's been a bit of tension anyway. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, there's been quite a bit of tension.
They want the title.
Tension between.
It's just like, really? Like, come on. I understand it where if there was no tension, it was like, oh my god, best friends, yeah, woohoo. And then that happened, I get it. But I was like, oh, I just find it right. I was like, well, it's not that big of a deal, personally.
Yeah.
That's just me.
And I did mention about how the finish for this match is very similar to the finish for the women's title match later on. I did think the finish of the match.
Which was my match tonight, by the way. Just saying.
Yeah, I think that get where you're coming from there. 100%. But I did think the finish of the matches were very similar.
Yeah.
It was a brilliant fatal four-way, I'm not going to lie.
Yep, very good.
Really was. Absolutely.
Back and
Bronze on
forth,
fire.
brilliant time.
I think yeah.
Even the little bit of a Judgment Day face-off, brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly thought Finn would have been the one to do some big, like a big move on Dom. Actually turned out to be the opposite way around, which was mental. Dom's entrance, everyone was going wild for him, where usually it's a booing fest. So to see it the opposite way, which it just absolutely baffled my brain. I'm just like, wait.
I know, shocked. I didn't expect that, at all.
Say, the start of last week, we were booing this guy. Now we're at WrestleMania. We're wanting this guy to win.
To the point that he couldn't even talk, right?
Yeah.
And now it's like, yeah, we love you, Dom. Woo!
I'd love to hit him. Love to hit him. I think Braun's going to be on to bigger and better things now. I think he's going to go on to that next, maybe the world title scene, I think. Well, I think Braun Breaker might be very good to challenge like Jay, I think.
Well, if we go off that like we Gunther did, that's exactly what happened with Gunther.
Yeah, exactly.
So...
Yeah, honestly, I would never particularly Dom to win that match. The thing is, well, you know what? He obviously probably reminded me of Eddie Guerrero. I know that's kind of like the thing. Obviously, like the fact that he just Fox splashed him last minute after he took the finisher and just took it, stole it. All I want to hear, right, is just that Viva la Rasta. Like, obviously, I want to hear. If I heard that straight after it, I would have been howling. If that three came on the second he hit that and he pinned him, a lie, a cheat, a steal, I would have been absolutely howling.
Yeah, it was a good, enjoyable match. I'm not gonna lie. Penta, again, brilliant wrestler.
I think he's done great. He's coming to WWE.
Yeah, what he's done since joining WWE, can't fault him. I really can't. Obviously, Braun's been there a while now. Dom and then Finn, which are in Judgment Day.
Braun did Steiner math, so...
Yeah, he did.
We did the Steiner math. That was really, really cool.
Yeah.
It was very cool that he done Steiner math.
Yeah, he says something like, I'm going to have a victory, and the numbers don't lie,
I love that we're getting this little Steiner hints every now and again. So obviously, there's Frankensteiner. He hasn't long done the Steiner math. I love that we're getting all that, but we're not actually changing his character name to Braun Steiner. We're leaving it Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
Which personally, I think they should leave it like that for his career. Because we all know who his dad is, we all know who his uncle is. And them little throwbacks to the hints of the Steiner stuff plays off brilliantly.
100% it does. And the thing is, because the thing is, I know a lot of people like won't acknowledge their family on it. Sometimes they just pretend that they're not related. He's like, yeah, we are related. That is my family, and I'm gonna do my own thing, but also mention them as well. Like the Steiner.
Yeah, doing my own thing is also respecting what my dad and uncle done in the company.
Yeah. In
the business.
Well, I think he's done better in WWE than his dad and uncle in WWE though, because they were more the other company. Yeah. I'm not going to mention it because I don't want to lose more money.
I don't know if people have seen the clips going around about when... I'm not sure if it was when Braun first got called up, or he was on Raw, or was it Heyman on NXT? I can't remember. But they had that little bit of interaction where it was like, "Oh, you're going to be a big star," blah blah blah, and all that malark, over a year ago. So that was kind of cool to see that,
Yeah. I think I can remember exactly.
If you're going to reference something, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
I was just thinking I said in the chat there, said the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster.
Yeah. It was just yeah.
Should we go into this Sin City fight, which
I thought was pretty decent.
Yeah, it was alright.
It was decent.
It was fine for what it was. That makes sense. Fine for what it was.
It was decent, but could have been a hell of a lot better. Especially being called a Sin City fight.
Yeah.
Just want to point out Damo Priest's entrance as well. The guitarist from Slayer, Kerry King. It took me far too long to realise that it was Kerry King. Considering I listened to Slayer.
You didn't even know it was him.
It's not often I listen to them, but then
yeah,
as soon as I put my phone away, because I recorded Priest's entrance, because I love Priest's song.
yep.
Put my phone away. I was like, "Oh my god, that's Kerry King."
Yeah.
He's just brought out Damian Priest at a WrestleMania. That is wild.
Like I was gonna say, when obviously watching it back, they really hyped that up, and I understand it. So I just thought, like it wasn't like, oh my god, it's just this guy. Like they properly, like they were like cutting back and forth, like really, like you know what I mean. And I was like, oh, it was just like kind of like a surreal moment for me. Obviously, Damian Priest as well, so that was kind of cool.
Motorhead used to do Triple H's live. Motorhead's a massive band. You know, like seeing them live, you know, that type of thing. You know, it's been, and to be honest with you, I think Damian Priest has probably got one of the best theme songs at the moment.
Yeah.
I think it's a proper theme as well. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, his entrance was class. Mask was class. The mask, sorry. Alright.
Women's triple threat.
There's one match. I was going to go into a different match if that's okay, if you don't mind, guys. I wanted the one that you don't like, the say his name and he appears.
Right.
What was the reaction like in the audience for that one?
Not gonna lie, they went absolutely berserk for Joe Hendry.
Yeah, I thought it. I mean, it did sound pretty loud, to be fair.
Absolutely mental.
Yeah.
I can imagine you sat there fuming.
Well, I don't know if we touched on who I wanted it to be honest.
Don't know who was it you wanted it to be.
I wanted it to be Nick Aldis.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Wow.
Just because of how that promo that Nick Aldis done. Was it the last Friday before they went to Vegas?
Mm-hmm.
That promo of him, I wouldn't mind lacing my boots up and all this, and I'm just like, oh my god, please give me Magnus. Please give me Nick Aldis in a WWE ring in a WrestleMania moment. Please just give me that. That's all I want in my life. Because that guy, his TNA run, his NWA run was crazy. I do have a lot of love for Magnus. I do have a lot of love for that guy.
I honestly thought Joe Hendry was supposed to be injured. That's what
I thought as well. I did read it, but obviously that.
To his shoulder, something like that.
I honestly don't know. I read that he was injured, but I didn't read what the
that's all I heard before.
Like that was for.
Yeah.
But after he was out for like 2 minutes, I was like, right, this is actually a brilliant moment for Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
If you watch him actually go down the ramp, he was almost in tears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mean this in a disrespectful way to TNA or anything like that, but they don't get huge crowds like WWE do week in, week out. They are slowly getting there. We're doing live shows more often, getting the people in that they've got, which they are building their fan base slowly back up. But TNA nowadays isn't what TNA used to be back in the day.
You're right there.
Which is hard to believe because it obviously same name, obviously probably different owners now, because we know what.
It was TNA, it was Impact. But to think of this, guys, like 5 years ago, if you said to me, "Oh, Connor, so the TNA World Champion's going to just pop out and face Randy Orton at WrestleMania, or sit on your bike," but the fact that actually happened is insane. And I remember watching Joe Hendry back when he was in WCPW, near Newcastle, because he obviously came over there with Defiant at the time, and like I say, seeing him there now, he's a couple of years later. He's less than 10 years later, basically. He's WrestleMania. It's insane.
And it's awesome that they've walked him out with the TNA Championship as well.
Yeah.
I know they're working with them, but they didn't have to be like, oh yeah, you can go out with the title.
Yeah. And I know he lost the match, but I think though it's Randy Orton he's gone against. Because I know they probably would have thought, oh, I don't want it to diminish the belt, but you're going against Randy Orton, the 11-time world champion, or maybe 11, 12, God knows how many times he's won it now. But arguably one of the greatest of all time. If you're going to lose at WrestleMania to someone, as a champion.
I don't. I think against anyone that didn't have to be a winning moment for Joe Hendry. That guy's already won when them walking out that curtain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's at a Mania.
Yeah.
Not many guys that are in TNA at the minute can say they've been to a Mania. Who have they got? Hardy Boys.
Not any of them. Yeah.
Hardy's, I think, are the only ones.
Yeah. Honestly, like if you told me 5 years ago, the TNA champion's going to be, main event be in WrestleMania though, I would have said no chance.
It was so cool to see. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, I know you're not a fan of Joe Hendry. I can see, why not? But just the fact that that is the TNA World Heavyweight Champion at WrestleMania, you would never thought it.
Well, obviously, I stood up and went to the toilet when he came out because of, like you said, I'm not a huge Joe Hendry guy, and I am starting to see why people are so right behind him for it, but then one of the people spoke to me and were like, "Oh, are you okay?" Because it made it look like I was walking away from Joe Hendry coming out, which I just needed on toilet, to be honest. And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm fine. I just didn't want it to be Joe." Again, not in a disrespectful way.
No,
he's the last. He's the last person I thought of that would turn up at a WrestleMania.
Yeah,
especially being in a different company, holding their World Heavyweight Championship. Yeah. I was not expecting him. I really wasn't.
Yeah. Absolutely not.
But
I think for me, especially,
for him, brilliant.
Yeah, like him as a wrestler, I'm not the biggest fan. Like I say, I know what he did to get into WCPW back in the day and what he did in Defiant. So, I wasn't a fan of how he got into that. But I think it's more the symbolism of having that TNA World Champion there. Popping out.
Because he had Mickey James do it a Rumble. She came out with the Knockout Championship.
Yep.
And now they've had Joe do it at
he was in the Royal Rumble as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he didn't bring the title with him.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he didn't anyway. If he did, I can't remember. But yeah, a really good moment for Joe. Whether that was win-lose against anybody.
See him.
Yeah.
Him walking out.
His face.
Him walking out on a stage in front of 60,000 people.
I think TNA get about 5,000.
Yeah.
On average. Like that.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
No disrespect to TNA, but they don't get the crowds WWE get. Even on the weekly shows, I don't mean it in a disrespectful way at all. They are slowly getting to that point where they can fill bigger arenas, which is awesome. Brilliant to see that TNA is on a slow comeback, but for sure, definite comeback.
Audience. I think the largest audience they ever had was about 7,000 to 7,200 fans was their largest audience.
So to go,
I think a Raw gets up to 10.
At a low point, depending where it's at, is 10 for Raw.
Yeah.
But to go
but
for Joe to go from, say he was in front of that 7,000 to go in front of a 60,000, that guy will be feeling all sorts inside, surely.
Yeah, indeed.
Well, I was watching an interview with AJ Styles, and he was talking about when he I'll turn this off on there. When he first came to WWE. I was like, no one will know who you are. No one knows who you are. And of course, when he did come out in the Royal Rumble, everyone did. He was massive, but people used to watch TNA and all that stuff. Vince, he was just like, oh, it's WWE, and that's it really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was it. A lot of people back then were just WWE. I find it baffling now if people are still just WWE at the moment, because you've got so much wrestling to watch. And people reduce them down just to one brand, and I'm just like, but you're missing out on every other company's talent that could end up coming to WWE. Just look at Ray Phoenix. Ray Phoenix and Pentagon.
in NXT, where when Shinsuke Nakamura first debuted, like nobody people knew who he was. Of course, my other half, she loves New Japan. And she was like, watch his stuff there, and I watched it. But incredible, before no one knew who he was when he debuted for NXT. A lot of people don't, but you need to watch the other ones, like Ring of Honor back in the day, TNA back in the day was unbelievable. Yeah, about Ring of Honor, like New Japan's still class. Very different style. Yeah.
New Japan's now set the foot off the gas, to be honest. New Japan.
Yeah, I've now.
We got a new champion in Ring of Honor.
No, do we?
Nick Wayne, isn't it?
What?
Check that.
I don't know if that's. I saw it on AEW, like, I don't know, last week.
I'm not gonna lie. I haven't watched any AEW while I've been away, so I do have two. I do have 2 episodes of Dynamite to catch up on.
I just saw it on Twitter. The whole thing, because obviously he's with Christian now. So.
Oh wow.
That was pretty good. Just thought Just thought I'd spoil it if you haven't watched it already.
Cheers.
Let's have a look at the champions.
I didn't mean to.
Yeah, he is right. Yeah, it's Nick Wayne. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a Ring of Honor television champion.
Television champion, my bad.
Yeah.
I knew there was a champion.
And
so...
that's still a championship.
Bandito's the world.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, Bandito beat Jericho for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what title it was, to be honest, but still cool for Nick Wayne now.
Thank you for the likes. I do appreciate it.
Right, we better keep back on this WrestleMania.
Women's triple threat.
That was class. It was really good.
My like I said, my match of the night.
It was
yeah. I don't know if anyone cares.
Hi, Emma.
It's only a star rating, right? It got 5 stars, so just want to let you know.
I thought it was a 5. Yeah.
Anyone cares? I don't care about star ratings. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't.
5 stars.
I don't care about star ratings.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Just throw it in there.
The triple threat was absolute brilliant.
I loved it. What an opener, by the way. Just so good.
It's
just really, really good.
I love Rhea Ripley. Honestly,
yes,
my love for Rhea Ripley is through the roof.
So how many feet away from her?
Throughout that week, at one point in the week, I was 5, 6, maybe 7 feet away from her. At one point in that week.
I think I'd faint. I think.
Same with R-Truth, Carmelo Hayes, Chelsea Green, and Omos. I was about the same distance.
You didn't care about the rest of them.
I do. R-Truth's class.
R-Truth's class, yeah.
R-Truth's a comedian.
You want that Rhea Ripley for a different type of thing.
Oh, shut up now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got a lot of love for Rhea Ripley, but I'm so glad EO retained.
Yeah.
I'd have been raging if EO didn't retain that match.
I think that was one of the matches where I was like, I have no idea where they're gonna go with this. So it like kept me on the edge of my seat, like, oh my god, oh that's a 2. And it's like, oh, like, do you know what I mean? Like it was just really, really good overall.
Well, it was her and Bianca as well, wasn't she?
Yeah, so it was EO, Bianca, and Rhea Ripley.
That thing just with her hair, like when she whips her with her hair. Honestly,
here you go.
No chance. That's what. Oh, I mean, like it looks like it's gonna hurt.
No. Emma on the live. Lewis, want to swap places? I got more predictions right than you, which she actually did. Was it night 1 or night 2 you were messaging me, Emma? I can't remember. But she was messaging me saying this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen, this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen. And literally literally everything she was saying was playing out.
Yeah. Oh, the hell did she write it?
Playing out step by step as she was saying it, and I was just like, how long have you been a wrestling fan? Because
she played someone off.
It's scary how much you're getting right.
It shouldn't happen. Yeah.
And Triple H was in our DMs. He's telling her everything.
Feeding it through.
But yeah, I couldn't fault that women's triple threat at all.
I think that was a highlight.
I would say
very, very good.
Yeah. I'd say best match of the Mania, to be honest.
Yeah, probably match of the weekend, yeah.
I really want to talk about the main event. Because I know George is somewhat happy about it.
I'm still upset.
Yeah.
Why are we upset?
Why?
Yeah. Why are we upset? Don't even defend that bitch's honour.
Right.
You know for a fact he did not deserve that title at last year's Mania.
No. He does deserve his 17th world title. That's fine. Not a problem.
No. I'm not on about him. I'm on about Cody. Cody did not deserve to beat Roman.
Yeah. Exactly.
Roman should have held that title.
Go down that route. Okay.
What do you mean we're going down that route? He shouldn't have won.
So you're telling me Cody should have finished his story? You're telling me that?
No.
And then where does Cody go from here? There. To nothing. Then.
He just leaves.
Go back to Stardust.
I go back to Stardust.
He just
for all I
he go back to AEW.
No, I'll go back to Stardust. Don't even go back to AEW.
Yeah.
Go back to Stardust. Okay.
Stardust, yeah.
All right.
There you go.
No, that's fine. That's fine. It's just.
Yeah, but honestly, right, the fact that The Rock didn't turn up on WrestleMania, and then you said Kendrick Lamar out. That
send who out?
Was it Kendrick Lamar? It was
no, that wasn't Kendrick Lamar.
Was it?
Yeah, that wasn't Kendrick Lamar.
Was it?
It was Travis Scott.
It was Travis Scott.
I don't follow that. I don't follow that type of music. I don't have a clue.
You're not.
Well,
Emma, did you watch Raw, by the way?
Did you see the Elimination Chamber? Or no, just asking.
2 seconds.
At the end.
Sorry about that. That's me. I think it was a bit funny.
Are you right?
Yeah, I still listen to Queen. Me, bloody, I don't know rappers or anything.
We're talking about that. We're talking about Raw after this match, Emma. Just so you know.
Yeah, I'm glad that John Cena won. I thought the match wasn't the best, and I thought it was the wrong person coming out. I think it really should have been The Rock.
It should have been The Rock. And that's why everyone's annoyed for.
The Rock's like, oh, you know, I took a step back. You know, it's not about me. I'm like, oh, you kind of made it quite a lot about you.
Yeah, he made that.
Like nothing makes no sense.
Made the entire thing about you. Like, oh, you wanted his soul.
Yeah,
you did the thing, and then you're like, oh. Like, yeah, honestly, The Rock killed it, man. See, if The Rock came out, it would have been sweet. Yeah, I think that's probably one of the worst WrestleMania main events I've seen in a long time.
It was very poor for the build-up looked brilliant, but then what they delivered to us, felt a bit mediocre.
Yeah.
And the fact that he hit with the belt and pinned him, you know.
Yeah.
I've seen Cody kick out of all that stuff from Roman. You know, the past, like, it should have been at least, you know, bang, a couple of finishes. But no, it was just hit in the head, done. Nah, it just wasn't it.
It just felt like a very flat main event, to be honest.
It was.
I wasn't ecstatic about it. It was awesome that it happened. Should have ended a little bit later than what it did.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
See, I wanted The Rock to come out. Yeah. Cheat it. You know, mess it up. And Stone Cold maybe come out again. Stone Cold have like a moment. And then The Rock just cheats it all out. You know. The Rock's been very involved. I think he said like in an interview, didn't he? He said, "Oh, I want to take a step back and let him do his thing." I'm like, "Bro, you're very involved about this."
Yeah, but wasn't he on Pat McAfee's show saying it should have ended differently or something like that? Like, brother, you're in charge.
Well, maybe if you were there,
if
you were there, you could have made that.
You're Neon, the captain of that ship. You can tell people what we want to change, what we don't want to change, and you still went ahead with whatever the plans were already. Which
did we see about the reason why the whole heel turn happened at Chamber?
No.
Or the actual reasons? Because they're trying to move fucking tickets. Have you seen how expensive tickets are? I'm just saying. It's not because Cody can't do low numbers. I'm just saying.
Right. You got really close to the mic there.
Yeah, he did. Very angrily as well.
Just saying.
I think for me it was more about, okay, we've had Cena be a face for over 20 years.
Perfect time to be the bad guy.
Yeah. The thing is, I think it's not the greatest heel turn of all time. Up there. But I think like his heel turn hasn't really changed the game that much, really. Like some heel turns.
No. But it's not terrible. It's just the ending was terrible.
Seeing someone.
Must have been a nightmare doing the...
Go on, sorry.
Sorry.
No, go on.
Must have been a nightmare doing the promo package because the amount of promos those two were cutting down on each other.
But yeah, I'm surprised they didn't do a promo package in the ring as well.
Yeah, must have been a nightmare cutting that together. Oh, how many promos you done? All about 26 together. Oh, nice one.
Can we just go back to on the fact that someone mentioned Stone Cold?
Yeah.
Can we talk about him crashing into the barricade?
Yeah, probably fell over, didn't she? She was pretending to fall over. She wanted the claim,
Right,
alleged. So she was hurt, right?
She crashed.
She wasn't. She wanted the claim.
That's what I'm thinking as well. Because he crashed into that barricade. Then if you look on the video that's all over social media, it's like a minute and a half, 2 minutes later, she fell over.
Apparently, she did it before as well.
But then
she did it before with like another wrestler.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's photos of her talking to Nick Khan, which is the guy that's higher than Triple H.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
So I feel like this is either they've planted someone there to do that type of thing, or it's someone just after a claim to try and get some money back for how expensive Mania actually was.
I think it's a claim, me. I definitely think it's a claim.
It was a very expensive Mania, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but I think it's a real claim, honestly, because like I think she fell over like once before as well, like earlier. Like,
and I think
made that before. But,
I saw Stone Cold crash before the entrance as well. Did anyone see a video of that? You know, like when he's going near the ramp.
Oh, I didn't say that bit.
The man was drink driving. That's probably why.
I was thinking, hang on a minute.
Got no insurance, no license, and he's just going there crashing the barricades. He's on one.
So the attendance.
But yeah, I think she's at the claim.
The attendance for night one was 61,467.
Yep.
The attendance for night two was 63,226.
Yep.
Which a lot of people just don't want to do one of the nights anyway, and at the moment it seems to be very night two heavy for a lot of people.
Yeah. Okay, I was going to ask one question there then. Right. You said the Stone Cold appearance for the attendance, and there was a HBK appearance, wasn't there? Out of the two, which do you think got the loudest pop?
Probably Stone Cold.
They both received.
He was there, you know.
They both received a brilliant pop, man.
They did, yeah.
The very unexpected one was Stone Cold, because I was talking. I was talking to a guy, I didn't even have my phone out, just talking about something, and then next minute, bang! Stone Cold.
Like,
I was like, oh my god, no way! And then I was so annoyed I didn't have my phone out to record the entrance. Night one, I did not have my phone away to do entrances.
Yeah.
Night two, I barely had my phone out, unless when I was getting predictions off Emma, which was crazy how many she was getting right. How long have you been watching wrestling, Emma? Go on, please tell us, because I can't remember.
She can't be longer than me. That means should
no, it won't be. It ain't longer. It ain't longer than me, bro. I think it won't be long.
Honestly, though, I can only imagine that feeling there when you hear the glass shatter.
Oh.
And then you're like, oh.
It's hard to explain because it happened so quick and it was so unexpected. So when you actually seen him coming out on the ATV, I'm just like, oh my fucking god, who's here? No way. It's absolutely metal.
Theme song grabs your attention straight away. The second boom, you're just like, holy shit.
Yeah, it draws your attention straight away, which is absolutely bizarre.
Yeah. Always reminds me of when he came out to help Mankind to win the world title back in 1998. Yeah, it was 98, 99. And, Mankind was going against him on Raw.
Yeah.
He was on the floor. And he was, oh my god, Stone Cold. It was all these shit. It was just next level. That theme song there, the second you hear that. Then with HBK, so the second you hear is dun 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 dun, you're like, oh my days.
Yeah. Should we move on to Monday Night Raw?
Yeah. How long has she been a wrestling fan for then?
She hasn't said. She hasn't said. She might not still be in the TikTok chat anymore.
Was this the best Raw after Mania ever?
Well, I do have something to say though.
Okay.
A bit like SmackDown.
Okay.
I fell asleep again. I fell asleep in my chair.
You fell asleep.
you want to sleep during the scene of promo, though, yeah?
I'm pretty sure I was, yeah.
That explains it. I'm joking.
So I've literally caught. I've caught. Shut up.
Oh, you missed Cena and Randy Orton. That's.
I've watched it today. Calm down.
You were there. I would love it if we could just look in the audience and just see you like just kipping, just a couple of rows in.
Yeah, so
someone there with a sign there, and then there's just you. Like, oh, there he is. He's there.
Go on, you. One of you have got the itinerary up of what to talk about because I'm gonna have to nip to the toilet. So
yeah, I've got it here. No, that's right. Yeah.
You guys just talk about it then.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're gonna do about comments.
No, I don't know. We're just riffing off. Yeah. This is what happens.
Exactly, that's what we're about. But yeah, see that promo. It's mental that it's gone straight to Randy Orton. I wanted it. Don't get me wrong, I wanted him.
Yeah, I think we all was kind of expecting it, right? At some point, maybe not this soon, but yeah, I'm not bothered by it.
Yeah, you bang on there. I didn't expect it this soon because normally it's like, oh, you know, they have a rematch, you know, something like that. But the fact they're going straight to Randy now, like, okay, so it's like, that's why I think Cody's going to take a break out.
Yeah.
Because otherwise going straight to Randy. I'm just getting the stream up on my what do you think there? Yeah. Stuff. Right, anyway, sorry, man. Yeah, that's why I think we must be taking a break of some sort. Because
it's going to be quite interesting how this Cena run goes, right? I think.
Yeah. Well, to be fair,
how it's all going to play out, where it's going to go, who's going to maybe possibly take it off him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, the thing is, since he left WWE initially, you know, Cody's, went to the Indies, he did WCPW, did Ring of Honor, about AEW, and then he's going to this. Like, he's been working basically constantly for the last couple of years. Yeah. So I do find that, he does deserve a break. But now, see, this is what the thing is we're seeing at the moment. It's like, it's not just, yes, he's got the title, but it is coming up to his retirement at the end of the year. I think he's got a countdown now for when he retires. So now it's like, look, he's going to keep the title throughout, he's going to lose and then have like a big, massive final, match with someone, because they're doing Randy now. I thought they would have left Randy till the end, just before he retires, and have him as the last match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a tough one. It's a weird one how they're going to do it, right?
Has he announced when he's actually going to retire? Like, what pay-per-view will be his last one?
I don't know. He just said December, right? So what would be the last one then? It would be
TLC,
Survivor Series? Or is Survivor? Because Survivor Series is November, isn't it?
I thought Survivor Series is more Halloween, isn't it?
Well, you could be right.
Yeah. We've got SummerSlam in June, July. We've got Survivor Series. I always thought TLC. I don't know if they still do TLC. James Allen used to be the December one. But maybe
I'm not sure.
If I was him, I'd say retire Survivor Series. Because he said this is the last WrestleMania, no more Mania. SummerSlam's in the middle of this, only a couple months away. Survivor Series is there. And I think Survivor Series is, I call it one of the big ones. I think Rumble, Mania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, they're the four big ones of the year. I find.
It's a tough one where how is it all going to play out personally? Because like we said, wasn't expecting Randy to be like, oh my god, like next night. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, straight away, exactly. Well, what we were saying there, mate, is of course, like we're saying that we've seen his retirement this year.
Yeah.
I was thinking, it was going to be his last match because we thought, well, Randy's going against him now. We thought they would have left that until kind of back end of the year when he was going to retire.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was also going to say as well. We didn't know. We were trying to work out what would be his last pay-per-view. We said the end of the year.
Because I would have thought it'd been Survivor Series, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, we said Survivor Series, yeah. But I know it's not the last one of the year.
Survivor Series usually November-ish, depending on the dates they do it.
Said, yeah.
But don't forget, WrestleMania was late this year, so it could be a late Survivor Series. So Survivor Series could be looking at, end of November-ish?
Yeah. Well, I said to him that
on the same, lateness for everything throughout the year.
Yeah.
Because don't forget,
the 4 big pay-per-views of the year is Rumble, Mania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. I think are the 4 biggest events of the year.
Oh yeah,
So
they're the big 4 of the pay-per-views of the year. They have been for God knows how long now.
Yeah, if I was seeing, I would want to retire at the Survivor Series since he's not doing Mania retirement. Like imagine he's like retires like one of TLC or something like that at the end of the year.
But yeah, because obviously Rumble was later than usual.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Mania's
didn't actually notice that.
Yeah. Mania's been later than like 2 weeks later than usual. So there is a possibility that Survivor Series is going to be a bit later than usual this year, which I'm not going to be mad at. Just depending on the dates of when it is, could be when we get Cena's final match, or
but feud finish. It has to be. Yeah.
What? Sorry.
He said that that was his last Rumble, that was his last WrestleMania. I think he's going to have to retire at Survivor Series because if it's not Survivor Series, SummerSlam's too soon, and any other pay-per-view won't really. I don't think will be the best really for him.
No, probably not. So, yeah, I think you could be bang on there, saying Survivor Series.
Yeah. I'm just going to quickly allude myself, lads. I'll let you two hold it down now.
Yeah. Because I don't know where else you would. How long are you letting him keep the title for?
This is what I said. Like, it's intriguing to know how they're going to go.
Because obviously,
maybe he retires with a belt.
He's got that magic number 17 now. Let's be honest. And in my opinion, we need it off him straight as soon as we can.
Yeah.
I know it's.
Or would you reckon they're going to stick to Cena's word of like ruining wrestling, and he's going to retire with it and all that stuff? Like, it's either one or the other, no? Even I don't really know.
True. This is the thing, we don't know where anything's going to go at the moment because obviously we've just seen what's happened over the weekend. Tonight we've got SmackDown.
Yeah.
So he could come out tonight and say something. I honestly don't know. It's a hard thing.
I'm not entirely sure. What is he scheduled on SmackDown? Like, because normally they have dates, right? And I can't remember how many on that promo he said he had left.
He could be scheduled for tonight's SmackDown. I'm not entirely sure.
It wouldn't surprise me, but yeah, it was basically saying that every single appearance I make, I don't even have to wrestle. I've made my appearance. I've told you. It's just, yeah. I mean, he could be. I'm not sure actually.
John Cena appearance schedule. Let's just have a look in case he is. What day are we on?
25th, the 4th.
No, so apparently the next time he's going to appear is not until the end of May, which is after Backlash apparently. So, okay, that's a bit mental.
Right.
Surely that can't be right.
No, I don't think so, because they've not even put Raw on.
No.
And he was there. That mean.
Hello, I'm back.
Yeah.
Hello.
Just trying to figure out seeing his schedule.
Maybe going on WWE website might actually help me. You never know. I doubt it though.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, lads. Isn't there like some WWE events coming on in August this year? Isn't there in the UK?
Yeah.
I was going to say if anybody's fancy going to it because it's actually one of them falls near my birthday. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
I think they're in the UK from the 22nd. I think. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, but
I'll just have to research it.
Yeah, because one of my birthday's on the 20th. Yeah, sorry.
No, go on. Continue.
Yeah, mine's the 25th of August, which is the bank holiday weekend, which I believe is like.
But whether that's true or not, and depending where it's sat,
we'll see.
They actually could be really expensive, or actually, like the person said, not that badly priced.
So Cena's got 27 dates left. Doesn't mean anything. to me right now.
Yeah, that could just be like 27 Raws on the trot.
Seeing it's got 27 and I can't even get one. Sorry.
Oh, there we go. That's handy there. Turn the move down.
Right.
Never know.
Are we done talking about Cena? Because that guy pisses me off.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Exhausted now. There we are. Sort of see it.
Trying to think what would be good to touch on next. Should we talk about Gunther, considering he lost his title?
Yeah.
When he went on a bloody rampage?
Yeah, a bit.
He was on a man before he lost it.
A little bit. He's completely lost it, isn't he?
I was going to say, he turned it up a couple of levels now, though. So he went out on Monday Night Raw, a bit angry, chatting in Cole's face. Which, it's not Cole's fault you tapped out, lad.
Exactly, pal.
Just make sure I'm on the right line. Where's it at there? Then, doesn't he grab Cole? I can't remember now.
I think he might grab Cole. Yeah, he tries to put him in the sleeper, right? And then Pat comes in, gives him a punch, I think.
Yeah, he hits him.
And then
Pat gives him a
little Superman punch of his own.
And then obviously, let's go of Michael Cole, and then he grabs onto Pat and gets him in the chokehold.
I think so, and then he's just in a chokehold for about 2 minutes. It seems like
there's a funny video of like Michael Cole's face where he goes to him, and it's just him, just it looks like his life's over. He's like, no, not this again.
And then
Michael Cole's been through enough. Pat
basically turns like a purple, which is crazy. And then is it his mates from his Pat McAfee show?
This is what I was thinking. I was thinking, who are these geezers?
Well, the one in the gold jacket, I definitely seen him on the Pat McAfee show. The other guys, I didn't, because I could just remember seeing that jacket on the Pat McAfee show. So that guy jumped. They all jumped the barricade. I'm gonna get so free and do the thing with him. And I thought, oh, here we go. A little bit of a thing on
Pat McAfee, do you?
What, sorry?
You don't like Pat McAfee, do you?
Not as a commentator, no.
They had it coming.
Yeah. You can't be. I'm not being funny. You can't be stepping up to someone like Gunther, one of the most aggressive, angry, brilliant workers that he is. I know he's just lost the title to Jew, so tapped out, which the guys very rarely ever tapped at that I know of, which is mental.
I've never seen him tap out before.
And then you got someone like Pat McAfee thinking he can do probably the shittest punch or Superman punch, whatever you want to call it, to him, and not get any repercussion from it.
There was nothing super about that punch. Nothing super about that.
It was just an awful punch, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. It was a very dreadful punch. I don't get why.
You saw what happened to Jimmy Uso the other week.
Yeah.
You know what he did to Jimmy. I thought that was a good idea.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why you would think, oh, do you know what? I'm just gonna go out there, smack the former champion, and nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, but then with no consequences. Obviously not.
Well, I just wish you did put him to sleep for a night. I'm not gonna lie. Like I say, I'm not the biggest Pat McAfee fan. Yeah, his energy is great, but then he just likes to play with his pencil, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah.
Which
I'd rather Booker T as a commentator.
Yeah, so would I.
Than him.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But
Booker T in NXT's class.
Pat McAfee is clear. Shake my head. I hope he absolutely gets destroyed, Aaron. I really do. I hope Pat McAfee gets absolutely destroyed, where he can't talk or anything for like the foreseeable. I really do. I honestly can't stand it.
Oh, it's not that deep.
It's quite funny because I don't actually mind Pat, so I'm just letting you all just like.
Oh my god! I thought I recognised you from Vegas, middle person. Yes, I was in Vegas for WrestleMania. Why?
I mean, I wasn't there. Imagine if I was there. Oh, I wasn't there.
I thought you meant me. I was like, hey, I went to Vegas many years ago.
I'm panicking here. Do I have a double?
Yeah, was it Vegas? You got a stag do one night. It better not be me.
Wade Barrett in ring return. I'd love to see Wade return to the ring. I'm not gonna lie.
That'd be fantastic.
That'd be class. Love him in commentary as well.
You were in one of the suites with Progress that I was in.
Oh,
really?
Stalker.
Ooh.
Right, stop saying that because you're going through onto the stream. Stop being nobbits. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I was joking there. I was gonna say there. Look, he's popular. There, see, he's been over there making contacts, meeting the people.
What have I been doing? Nothing.
Nish.
Lou, who have you been risen up in that suite? Aaron, I've been myself.
He had non-sweet to himself. Big man.
Didn't tell us that detail.
That's mental. That there you go. That's someone,
that is crazy that someone from Vegas is in the stream right now. That is absolutely mental. Yeah. But we are currently talking about WrestleMania and we're talking about the Raw after WrestleMania. We've been talking about WrestleMania before this. But we do have a YouTube channel where you'll be able to go over again what we've all talked about. I don't know if I'll be able to post this full video. It's on TikTok because it's nearly 2 hours long. I don't know if I can post that or not. I don't know how long videos can be. But that'd be a long.
I feel that I don't really know how TikTok works, to be honest.
So we just finished talking about the Gunther segment, which was pretty cool, and Pat McAfee deserved what he got. To be honest, I hope he gets more. Should we move on to Uso? Jey Uso?
Yeah. Yeah.
So he come out to celebrate, obviously, title win, and then obviously all the fans start yeeting. For him to enjoy the celebrations with them. But then, who comes out after that? Which is quite surprising.
Jim.
Huh?
Big Jim. No. Sorry.
There was
Sammy.
I was going to say there's someone before Jim. Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn came out. Wasn't that his return?
Yeah, I was going to say I felt like
we haven't seen him in a while. So
No.
I'm pretty sure that was his return.
We thought he was going to come out the other week, didn't we? We thought he was going to come out when Jim was getting
battered.
Yeah, got absolutely done in by Gunther.
Yeah, we all thought.
The crowd wanted it. They're all chanting for him.
Oh yeah, for sure they were. And then Big Jim came out, which was cool.
Did everyone see the little tease that everyone thought was going to happen? About, when Sammy come off the ropes, right? And he was just looking at Jay.
Yeah.
And you can just hear like a few moments like, oh! I'm like,
so I thought someone was I thought someone was going to happen at this point as well. I really did think we were going to get.
True. But I was thinking, I doubt it. I'll be very, very surprised. That would properly shock me if that did happen.
Yeah,
but it was pretty cool. Like everyone was like, you can just. It wasn't everyone. That's the thing. It was like you could just. It gradually got louder. I was like, oh, hang on. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I honestly thought we were going to get Sami Zayn doing the hula kick to
Imagine
Jey Uso as soon as he got off them ropes. I honestly thought that's what the plan was going to be, but
nope. I think they're just letting him have his moment, aren't they? Letting him have his little.
Yeah, they'll let him have his Raw moment. Give him a hug, and then was it after that Jim came out?
Later.
They'd done a triple thing.
Triple yeeting.
They've done a triple.
What was that?
Handshake. They've done a handshake type thing.
Oh, the handshake thing. That that thing.
Yeah.
That's the one.
I thought that was pretty cool. That was my attempt at one, by the way. So I enjoyed that.
Still good.
That's going to be on YouTube forever. That's crazy.
That's great.
That's there forever now.
Great stuff.
But, yeah, I couldn't fault that segment, to be honest, for what it was. Pretty cool, pretty simple.
Yep.
What it needed to be fair.
Yeah.
Another return of the night. Shall we talk about that? Connor's already touched on it.
Yeah, big Rusev.
So
he's returned.
Do you want
was it kind of like a tag team division though? He returned on.
It was, yeah.
a bit weird. I don't know why he returned then.
Yeah,
Like,
so who was in the ring was Alpha Academy.
It was, Akira Tozawa and Otis, no?
OTs.
Yeah.
OTs, yeah, sorry, my apologies.
Yeah,
sorry, Maxine.
OTs was in the ring, so was Akira. And no, there was a couple of others as well, wasn't there? But I just can't remember.
Was it not the New Day? They just ran off?
Yeah.
Bang on.
New Day ran off?
Yeah, it was the New Day. So you were bang on there. Yeah, the New Day were out there as well. And then all of a sudden, the arena went.
Yeah, because it was gonna have a match, and then like the ref was there, and then and then Rusev just decided to go. You know what? I'm just gonna show up now. I think.
Yeah, the arena went black, and then next minute Rusev. I was like, oh my days.
Yeah, no, I knew he was gonna return, but I just thought like that segment was such a random one for him to come back on.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Apparently he's only signed a 2-year deal as well, which I was
he?
a bit like, huh? Yeah, apparently it's only 2 years. Alleged.
2-year deal. Huh?
Let's just see what happens, what they're going to do with him then. Yeah. It was like, I saw someone was like, oh, isn't it great how he returned on Rusev Day? Every day's Rusev Day. Every day's Rusev Day.
Did you see what?
It's just funny.
Aiden English, I can't mind what his social media name is now, put on.
No, I don't think so.
He put it on Twitter, or X, whatever people like to call it nowadays.
Yeah.
He put ... Technically, I'm still a free agent.
Technically.
So.
Technically.
Hasn't he been doing commentary at TNA?
Yeah, I thought he has.
He's been doing something, I just can't remember what.
So I thought he was on a contract deal or something like that over there. Yeah. But then...
Yeah.
Would you happily see Aiden English back to come to be returning to WWE just to do the Rusev Day?
Why not?
That'd be so random, I think. But, yeah.
But it probably looks like they're more than likely steering away from all that. Probably, and just go with like the Redeemer thing, like he did at AEW.
He's got new music.
Possibly.
Coming back to WWE now, so I don't think we need Aiden English back.
No, because I don't think that's the plan.
Like you say, we need to stick with this Redeemer thing. I like the idea.
So.
I like the idea of it in the AEW, but then
it just didn't.
They started doing nothing with him, which was mental.
Yep.
But AEW, there's too much like big names in the AEW, so they kind of get lost.
Oh yeah.
You know.
And it was, yeah.
You read Rusev right years ago when he was like, you know, when they did the Russian thing when he came out on the tank and he was United States champion and all that. Like he was pretty, you know, fade at that point. Like he was very, you know, he was on a very high point of his career. Until Super Cena came to beat him. Like I just went downhill slowly from then.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a downhill ride for him, I think. Anyway, which is a shame to see because I do like him. He's got a brilliant physique. He's a brilliant wrestler. And the only thing I personally think he should scrub up on a little bit is maybe some mic work, but.
Well, he always used to have his ex-partner, didn't he? Lana at the point where they're not together.
I think there's a few that could have that though, like a little bit more.
It's like Ricochet back in the day. Like, you know, not back in the day. I know he's still about, but you know, he's very good in the ring, but his mic work's just grim.
Yeah, Ricochet just being a menace again on X.
Yeah.
Just because. She's like, here's the list of all the high flyers I'm better at. Great.
Can we just get?
I mean, he's probably not wrong in Aslan, to be fair.
Can we just get rid of Ricochet out of wrestling? To be honest, I can't stand him. I think he's an.
Yeah.
I think he's a bit overrated now.
His mic skills let him down a lot. Really do. And I think the thing is what he knows he's bad on the mic, and it annoys him. They just whinges about him being bad on the mic. I'm like, well, just get better at it then.
You either got it or you ain't. I mean, you can improve, but I haven't seen any.
No. What else have we got?
Got
EOS Sky coming out to celebrate?
Yeah, that's nice. Like I say, it was a great match. Best match of the WrestleMania.
I think what was nicer is who interrupted her.
Yeah.
Stephanie Van Kerr from NXT, sorry.
Yeah, that was a shock.
That was brilliant.
That was pretty cool.
That was very brilliant.
Very, very good.
And then later on in the night, we lined up for a match between them two.
Yep.
Which got ruined by... Oh, what was her name? Roxanne
Julia?
Perez.
Roxanne Perez. That's the one. Sorry.
Roxanne Perez first.
I'm bloody sport separated of everything here.
And then Julia came out.
And then Julia came out.
That woman is... wow. That's all I'm going to say. She is a very attractive woman. And then Rhea Ripley came out.
I bet you nearly had a...
Right, what you...
Bloody hell. Back to back as well. I know. He couldn't help himself. He didn't know what to do.
And then there was a small face-off between Julia and Rhea Ripley, and I'm just like, oh, please give me that match. Please give me that match. That match would be brilliant.
Is that what they call it these days?
Shut up. That match would be brilliant, but I wouldn't know. I really wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know what to do. You wouldn't know what to do, how to react, how to.
Barely talk. He's in awe. You know what I mean? He's just like, oh, I don't know. So, yeah, like I say, it was
a great time. What a time to be alive.
Someone else will pick the next
first
segment.
time. Someone else?
Yeah, because you've got it all.
No.
You've all got the same itinerary that I've got, so you can't not pick anything.
We can just go with Penta versus Dom. If you wanted to.
Yeah.
Don't have to.
Oh yeah, we'll go with that.
Because we had another thing that happened during that match. I thought it was actually alright, to be fair.
We did.
The match.
It was a really good match. For what it was, yeah.
Quite an enjoyable I was thinking, match. Oh yeah.
Quite an enjoyable match.
And then we get a big. Oh my god! I forgot about him for a bit.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah. JD McDonough. Brilliant.
Yeah. Like, to be honest with you, you've watched the video of him when he got injured. You know, the poor man. You know, you're lucky it wasn't worse.
Oh, but then I think I wasn't expecting him to be back too soon, right? Considering it wasn't like it was really, really bad, and it could have been a lot worse. I was like, oh yeah, I'm surprised he's back. Considering that makes sense, not because he's back. It's like, oh my god, he's back because of. I was like,
yeah, I wasn't expecting him to be back as quick as he.
No.
As quick as it seemed.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, quick as it seemed. Yeah.
So he helped Dominic win the match, but then, did you not see Finn's face?
Finn was like, "What do I do here?
Yeah.
What have I just seen?" That makes sense.
You know, the big basically out basically there now, I think.
Yeah, Finn's face was like, "Oh, you've come back and helped him win, but where was my help last night to actually get the title?" That's the look that I thought. Finn was given.
It was like,
anyway.
Oh yeah, Dom called in a favour, or not a favour. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay.
I think we should go on to the main things. That was the Rollins, Heyman, now the new Heyman guy.
Yeah.
The former wise man.
So Rollins came down dressed as Big Bird.
Yeah. Big Bird. Yeah.
With Mr. Heyman in tow.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? Heyman betraying him and now going to. I feel like as well. I felt like a lot of people did predict it though. A lot of people were saying about him going to Rollins.
I think a lot of it was like Seth was just there, right? And he was like, well, Seth he's got to have something big in this. He can't just not do anything. He's just there, and it's like it was all about Roman and Punk, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense. That's the only thing I can take out of it.
Yeah.
Really. At the time.
If you wanted to do that, something like that, like Punk screws over Roman to go with Punk. If you wanted that, all you had to do was just have a one-on-one. But like you said, there was so much deeper when you knew for a fact Rollins was involved in this match as well. You knew it wasn't going to be a standard match. You knew it wasn't going to go out unless you predicted it correctly, like Connor said, some people have or did. There was no way of knowing which way this match was really going to go, which was brilliant. Personally, I'm a bit gutted that he screwed over Roman. I'm not gonna lie. But even
do you ever think though that the rivalry? I know, went back for when he was in the Shield. When he betrayed him, then went to the Authority. All this.
That rivalry will never die.
Yeah, honestly, it's been going on for ages.
That rivalry will never die as long as people pay attention to it. Which people are never not going to pay attention to it because of how big it was when Rollins turned on him.
It was like that small detail when Heyman gave the chair to Roman. And he's like, this is your chance to do it again. As in, to reverse it. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what happened. And I just felt like I was like, oh yeah, and then the low blow, and then, it was like all... It's like, he didn't even have to do anything.
Triple H said he went, I've always got a plan B.
Yeah.
That's where, It was shocking because the thing is, like, there was also with CM Punk being in the match as well. People thought, is him going to go back to Punk, because he asked him for the favour. Is that he's going to be training for him, or he was quite.
I mean, Punk's already been screwed once by Heyman, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, with the whole Brock thing.
So what I found cool is
on the ladder. I think
obviously on Raw, Rollins is obviously at the beginning of the promo. And he says that he took the wise man from Roman, took Punk's best friend. Punk, then obviously Punk comes out and starts scrapping with Rollins, which I thought we were going to get a bit of a punch to Heyman off Punk, but we never.
Yep.
Finn, not Finn. What am I saying about Finn?
Love Finn, but anyway.
Rollins got there in time and just stopped that interaction coming off Punk and Heyman, which personally I would have liked to see that roll out a little bit. I would like to see what Punk would have done, especially when he's been calling him his best friend and stuff.
Yeah.
And then
it all kind of started. I think it was the Elimination Chamber? When he's like stomped on his head.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Rollins obviously stops Heyman getting hurt. Delivers a stomp to Punk. Heyman then starts claiming that Rollins is his number one now, which is a bit of a thing to the tribal chief. Which fuck you, Heyman, you prick.
It should not come in. Heyman always goes to the next big thing.
Oh yeah.
He's done it
He's done it multiple times now. So if you weren't expecting Heyman going somewhere else after Roman, you're mental for not believing it. He's done it multiple times.
Indeed. Yeah.
There's very few times that hasn't worked. I think when he was with Ryback and Axel, the only two times that I think it didn't go well at all. So, that wasn't Heyman's fault. It was just
So obviously, Heyman saying that Rollins is his number one now, which brought out Roman. Roman delivers a spear to Rollins. Superman punches Heyman, which was brilliant. But then it was this last couple. What was it? A minute, 2 minutes, maybe maximum.
Yeah.
Which was played off absolutely brilliant. So Roman delivered that stuff. Looks like he's getting ready to deliver.
It is. And all that. Yeah.
Looks like he's getting ready to deliver another spear to someone. But then what happens? Roman gets speared.
Braun Breaker comes out. He gets speared by Braun Breaker.
And at first, I'm not going to lie, when I seen it, I thought, damn, Jey Uso's going to help take the wise man. Because of the way the spear went, I honestly thought, that's a Jey Uso spear.
Yeah. Right, okay, yeah, I see where you're coming from.
Because of the style of it, if you look at the style of it, compared to the last few Bron Breakker ones we've seen before that one he done. I thought, nah, there's there was no way.
Week was great.
There's no way that was a Bron Breakker spear. But turns out it was. Then he spears Punk. Rollins gets up, gives him a laugh, gives a laugh, gives a hug from behind. Like, yeah, you're my guy. And then Bron looks on the outside of the ring, sees Roman. I'm pretty sure it is. Slowly getting up. Yeah. Does a full lap of the ring. Spears Roman through the barricade again.
That's class.
It's just, it was good. Obviously, not the happiest because it's putting down my guy Roman. So, but it worked.
I don't quite get it though, because it's like he's just lost the Intercontinental. You know, he's got to go for a title, but none of those three have a title. He's kind of just getting involved, isn't he?
It's gonna be another Heyman guy. We're gonna have. Yeah. People are rumouring we're getting a new faction of Evolution.
Oh, I've heard about that actually. Yeah.
And then once it all gets sorted, there's rumours Roman's going to be doing a Shield 2.0.
Ooh.
That'll be interesting.
So didn't hear that part.
Love to see.
If we do either, I don't think I'm going to be mad about either, which is crazy. Because it will be good to see.
In Evolution, because with
same here.
With the Shield, you've already got Roman still there. Rollins is still there. You know, Revolution, like none of them are there now, really. So it'll be interesting to see
still
like that. Except for Randy, of course. Sorry, yeah.
Every time with Randy in his podcast.
Yeah, we forgot. Honestly, we keep forgetting about Randy. Yeah.
Literally every time in this podcast,
you know what?
We forget Randy.
Normally it's me who remembers him.
Yeah, it is.
Who remembers him in this time.
It is.
Oh, sorry, Randy.
But is that everything covered?
Yeah. Was it the thing you wanted to talk about as well about the announcement? You said.
We're
not going to talk.
So, just last thing to finish off on YouTube and TikTok stream. So TNA was last night, which obviously I keep up to date with. I don't actually watch it properly. There's becoming a match between the Nemeths and the Hardys. So Ryan Nemeth.
I did see
Nemeth.
this on Twitter, by the way.
So the Nemeths are at the Hardy compound, and this shit friggin' excites me because I love this character. And the Nemeths go, oh, we'll separate and just have a wander around the compound just to see what the crack is and where the Hardys are.
Yeah.
Nick Nemeth runs in contact with Willow.
Yeah. Willow,
which
I haven't seen that character in ages.
I loved the character Willow. It was absolutely crazy.
Same.
And then after that, it just got a bit boring because they just ran around the compound, had some scraps. My Hardy's kids were involved. One was being a therapist for Ryan Nemeth, which was absolutely bizarre. One was trying to suplex him by the look of it. There was a bit of a thing with Maxwell, which we've seen Maxwell in TNA before, dressed as a young broken Hardy. But then later on in the video package, we've seen another version of Jeff Hardy character, Brother Nero, which another one excited me a lot because I do. Anything Jeff Hardy, whether it was Itchweed, Willow.
Yep.
I remember the last time I seen Willow, to be honest with you.
Well,
he's like how,
thing on the rights to it, don't they? TNA. That's probably why we haven't seen it in a while. But I'm so glad they've brought it back for a look. Even if it was just for that segment, it's brilliant to see them bringing it back. It's brilliant to see them bringing Brother Nero back.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see Itchweed. I know it sounds stupid because we've got two of his characters, and obviously himself doing some bits and bobs around the compound, but Itchweed was so good as well. You could have done something with all of them, You could have had Matt changing his face into the broken Matt Hardy a bit more.
We always see broken Matt a lot more. Like, he brings that character out a lot more sometimes. I think broken Matt.
But it was basically a 20-minute segment, and we got, what was it, 4 characters not involved. Obviously, there was including of Matt's kids, which was pretty cool for them, probably. Obviously, they've been around wrestling all their lives because Maxwell's been walking down the ramps and stuff like that. But yeah, that was probably the last thing that we can finish up on, was just that Willow turned up in TNA again, which for me personally is absolute fucking brilliant. As I was a big fan of Willow, and then all of a sudden this character dropped off. But if we've got nothing else to talk about, I think that's us done. Tonight we've got Tonight we've got SmackDown, TLC tag team match. We got a return, which we're all for sure that's Aleister Black, right?
If it isn't, think so. I
think it'll be more of a surprise if it's not Aleister Black. But yeah, I think that's us done, isn't it, guys?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say?
I know it's been a longer episode than usual, but we had a hell of a lot to catch up on.
We had quite a bit to catch up on. Anything else we want to add?
No. I think we covered everything, I think.
Anyone that's checked out the streams, we do appreciate it so much. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe if you're on the YouTube. If you're on the TikTok, anyone chilling out on the stream, really do appreciate it. Anyone that's dropped likes, dropped gifts, we really do appreciate that as well. Thank you so much.
We love you all.
Very much for your time, and we're obviously, I know we're going to start planning on more of a schedule soon, aren't we?
We need to sort out a schedule.
We need to think about schedules of like what we want to do, and maybe even reaction stuff and other types of content. That makes sense?
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, so we'll get back to them about that. Happy days.
Well, I just want to say thank you again, and we shall catch you on the next one if you join in. Thank you so much.
Yep. God bless.